There we go.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so
okay.
we're probably live. It's probably just going to take a minute to connect to YouTube and to Twitch. It is connecting. We'll keep an eye on that. Warning.
So, okay.
What?
I don't know what that means. Oh, well.
Should be the case.
I'm not worried about it.
Hey everyone, give us just a moment. We are just making sure that everything's hooked up here.
I don't even know if they can hear us. I'll be honest. I'm not.
Yeah, they might not be able to. Let me see if it's coming through. Okay.
Oh,
right,
it
there
is. That's great.
We're on
okay.
Twitch. We're on Twitch. Let's
Never
make sure that we're on
mind.
YouTube. We're on YouTube. Awesome. Okay.
Cool.
Looks like we are live. Can anyone hear us? Give us a quick shout in the chat.
So we know.
That'll help us out. We can hear you. Okay,
sweet.
awesome.
Cool.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. It looks like we are live on both Twitch and YouTube. And let us know if the audio balance is right there with the game and our mics. We can't actually hear that ourselves on our end, but
Yeah, so if like the music is too loud or just let us know. We'll get it fixed.
awesome. Well, we're going to give it just a little while so that everyone can kind of join us. I know we're just a little bit early. We're maybe a minute early, so we're going to give it a little bit of time. So in the meantime, hi everybody. I see some names that I recognize in chat. How are you guys doing?
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, do we just want to go ahead and start with like introductions? Just tell people who don't know,
Sure.
like...
Yeah, so if anyone's joining us and you're familiar with Cattails, but you don't necessarily know who we are, I'm Tyler. I'm the lead developer of the game. I've been developing the game full-time since the Kickstarter ended, and I'm still developing it full-time, so that's kind of what I do. I build the actual game, I do the in-game art assets, and then I handle some of the business aspects of Cattails.
Yeah, Tyler really does almost like everything. And
No.
I just kind of help out with like the marketing, things like that. I've kind of slowed down what I've been doing for Cattails recently, because I'm doing like other stuff in my career and things like that, but
Becca does everything that I don't do. So she's kind of she cleans up everything that I don't get done and everything that I forget to do. So that's very, very, very useful to do. Oh, thank you, Gary, on YouTube there. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Who's from the Cattails forum? I am from the Cattails forum.
Yeah, me too.
I go by Falcon Develops. If you've seen me around, I usually have Falcon in my name somewhere. So yeah, if that helps you to match a name, because I don't usually use my face on social media, I'm Falcon Develops on Twitter, I'm Falcon Development on the forums, and all that kind of stuff. So, hey everybody.
Yeah, and then I'm Becca Ruth, sometimes just Becca. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think on the Cattails forum you're just Becca.
I'm a lot easier to find because I use like my real name. Like my name is Rebecca, but I go by Becca. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so the music you're hearing right now, that is the title screen music. It's the main music theme for the game, composed by our excellent composer Tormod. There's a wonderful soundtrack preview up on his page, but we'll get to some of that in a little bit. But yeah, that's the main menu music, and it's awesome.
I love my favorite comment so far that someone's put is, do I get a reward for watching both Twitch and YouTube?
Yes, you are the dev's favorite right now. Thank you, guys.
Commitment. Yeah.
Well done.
That's funny.
All right, let's see if people have had enough of a chance to join us by now. We do have we have a lot of exciting stuff that we're going to be talking about tonight. First off, and this is the main thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be playing Cattails. Actually, Becca's going to be playing Cattails, and we're going to sort of demo some of the newer features. We're going to show off some of the beta footage, as you can see on the gameplay footage right now. That is the beta that's running. That's our developer internal copy of the game that is not available to anyone right now. It's featuring a lot of new stuff that's not available out there. No one's played through it.
Oh, sorry, I'm totally interrupting. People from work are watching. Hey,
no way.
that's so cool. Awesome.
That's super cool. But yeah, so we're going to be playing that, and then the other thing that we're going to be doing is we have a bit of an announcement, and it's a little bit exciting, and we're going to be talking through sort of our progress on the game, where we're going with it, and it's basically all stuff that if you saw our update this morning that we posted to Kickstarter, it's basically that stuff, plus a pretty exciting announcement. So
yeah, and so people know, like, when can the footage that they see today, when can they potentially play it?
So we will get to that.
Okay.
We will
maybe
for sure get to that.
I'm too hyped. I'm asking the questions that maybe I shouldn't ask yet.
But the footage that we're playing today, it's not available to our alpha backers yet. It's coming when the beta launches. The beta is on track for October. Just like we said on the Kickstarter, just like we've always said, the beta is definitely coming in October. We're super excited about it. There's some really cool stuff that's coming with it.
So what I'm saying, I guess, is don't get your hopes up if you're an alpha backer and then you're like, oh, new stuff. Maybe we'll get an update. Not yet.
It's gonna happen in October. We want to push major content upgrades as we go. We're basically doing one release for alpha, probably one for beta, and then one for the final game.
And what we're showing today isn't fully finished, and so like if the game crashes or something, like it won't be.
This is not the finished beta. This is an early copy of the beta, but it already has a lot of really cool stuff. We're estimating right now that the beta is actually going to at least double the content of the game that's out there right now. And there's a lot of really, really exciting stuff coming with that. We have finished the world map, for one, so you're going to be seeing some new regions of the game that no one's been to yet, except our dev team. We are working on some other colonies of cats, which we'll also be showing to you. I think we're actually going to be playing as a cat of a colony that no one's played as before. That is the mountain domain we're going to be playing as, so that'll be exciting. So you're going to meet some new NPCs, you're going to see some new areas, and then we're also working on some other really, really fun stuff, some secret stuff, and then basically we're going to be working on the marriage system as well for when the beta launches, and maybe the kittens as well. We're going to pack the beta full of as many new exciting features as we possibly can. Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you want to start showing off some gameplay, or?
Well, I think maybe we'll give it just a couple more minutes.
Okay.
We're gonna give.
I'm too excited. You can see I'm like, let's do this. It's ready to go, and then Tyler has to like hold me back.
I'm seeing your comment, RZEQDW over on Twitch. Harvest Moon is a big influence for Cattails. We both grew up on Harvest Moon. We absolutely loved Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
I played 64 and Friends of Mineral Town all the time. It was like my favorite games ever.
And he's coming from Twitch, which is where I'll like randomly play Harvest Moon games a lot. So.
Actually, Becca just streamed Harvest Moon 64 last night on Twitch. So if anyone uses Twitch and likes watching Let's Players, she does have her Twitch channel. It's the channel we're using to stream right now. It's Becca Ruth on Twitch, and you guys should totally go follow that because she live streams sometimes. It's really fun.
It's real awkward. I just start ranting while I play Harvest Moon games usually.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Peanut Dream over on YouTube. You can choose what colony you want to be in. Yes, actually, at the moment, and we don't want to make any promises for the full game, but at the moment, during the beta, you're going to get to choose what colony you're going to play as. It's going to be an option right from the start. Coco's going to ask you, and then you get a pick straight from the start. We're definitely recommending Forest Colony. It's definitely the most friendly, likable bunch of cats, I guess. But there's some pretty eccentric NPCs in the other ones, some pretty eccentric cats that you're going to meet that could definitely make those exciting to play as. And you're probably going to see some of that tonight, so that's exciting.
And Zach is asking, Becca, when you were playing on yesterday, when Tyler was testing things on the stream. Okay, so Tyler tested out the stream things for literally like 14 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't long. I think it was 2 minutes total.
Yeah, and we started getting like a bunch of viewers for that. Like we're just like 14 seconds. What in the world, you guys? That's awesome. But I was playing Splatoon 2.
Oh, so Mason G over on YouTube, I'm seeing your comment about conquering everything, so you'll just go mining from now on. Well, stay tuned. There's some cool stuff coming from mining in the beta. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some really, really cool new stuff there.
Yep.
Let's see, what other questions do we have here?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions throughout the entire stream, please ask them. Like, we really want to be open about what we're doing with this game and where we're going, like what our vision is. So
yeah, and honestly, right now we're basically just trying to kill some time. We're giving people some chance to jump in on the stream before we make a pretty big announcement that I think you guys are going to be excited about. We're definitely excited about it. So we're going to give it probably until 7:10, 7:15, and then we'll jump right into that. So yeah, we'll do some Q&A here, and we'll talk a little bit about that update that was sent out this morning as well. So again, the game is definitely on track, just like we've been stating on the Kickstarter, just like we've said in the updates. The beta is coming in October. It's coming along really, really well. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule, so we're going to be able to put a lot of cool stuff into that. And that is the most important thing to know. The second most important is what we're going to be talking about in a little bit here. But yeah.
Do we want to talk about our goals for beta? Because I'm already seeing questions like, will you be able to create your own colony in beta?
Oh, yeah.
And again, with our goals, they're just that, they're goals. Like, we don't want to make any promises, because you never know, like, how things will turn out. But I think we should share our goals.
It's hard, especially when you're building a software project or a game. It's very hard to estimate time. And so when we went into the Kickstarter, we were like, okay, we're gonna overestimate, we're gonna do this. And then as far as the alpha release went, that actually I wish I had a little bit more time, but now that the beta is coming along, I think we're in a really, really good spot. So that's been good. But as far as beta goals go, our goal is to deliver the full world map to you guys when that launches. It is also to deliver 3 full colonies full of their own cats, their own marriageable cats, shopkeepers, guards, leaders, all that kind of stuff, just like you have seen in the forest colony, excuse me. We're also going to be expanding the forest colony slightly. We've had some really, really creative backers on Kickstarter. Some people that backed us at a tier that let them create a custom NPC. We have some very, very cool NPCs coming
really
for you guys.
Really impressed by those.
So you might see just 1 or 2 of those tonight. We're trying to keep that a little bit minimum. But you might notice 1 or 2 in there. And then the other thing that we're basically going forward on for the beta is we're working on the romance system. So no promises yet, but we fully plan to have dateable cats in the beta. We're planning on having marriage in the beta, so you'll be able to marry these cats. And then we're also hoping to get in the kitten system, which ought to be really fun. We don't have a lot to discuss on that so far, but we have some really good ideas churning in the background about how to handle that whole system. So we're excited to show you guys that once it's actually built. But again, we can't really talk too much about that just yet.
Yeah, and also just a little thing, when he says romance system, a lot of people have asked us, like, what do you mean by romance system? We do want to let you know this is a family-friendly game, so
right.
Yes. It's not anything crazy or anything like that. Nope. Like, it's all
nothing crazy. Yeah. Basically, the whole romance system that I'm talking about, what it means is that first you're going to befriend a cat that you're interested in that is marriageable. You are going to befriend them first, then you're going to display your romantic affection for them. That's going to begin dating. You're going to enter into a phase of dating with that cat where basically, you're going to be a couple, you're going to be a thing. And as you date, you're going to get to know the cat better. You're going to keep talking to them, keep giving them gifts, all that kind of stuff. They're going to tell you, things. You're going to grow in affection with that cat. And then eventually, once they like you enough, you can marry that cat. They're going to move in with you. You're going to be married to that cat. It's going to be cutesy, cat love. And then eventually you can have kittens with them. So that's the whole package of the romance system, basically.
And I've seen a lot of questions asking what cats can you marry. If you have the game now, you might have seen in the bottom right corner of dialogue, there's a heart symbol for the ones that you
should be a little black heart. That indicates that they are marriageable, but they have no romantic interest at the moment, is what that black heart means. So if you see the heart, they're marriageable. And so right now, they're going to be. In the alpha, they're not, but they will be eventually. So right now, those cats that you've seen in the alpha are Scout, Missy, and Lyris. Those are the eligible bachelorette cats that you can potentially marry when the beta launches in October.
Yeah.
Let's see. What other questions do we have here?
I think I already saw someone ask, can you date somebody outside of your colony?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's kind of exciting, and we have not ever answered that question before, but we have a very cool system. We're probably... maybe going to show a little bit of it tonight, where you are able to form a relationship with colonies that are not your own, potentially gaining access to them. You can talk to them, and we're definitely hoping to allow you to marry any cat. So you're not going to be restricted by what colony you're in. Any dateable cat. I'm sorry.
So
you can't marry any cat, but any eligible cat. You should be able to marry in the full game. That means that if you really, really like Scout, but you're part of the mountain domain, good news for you, because you're going to be able to marry Scout. It's just going to be a little more difficult because you're going to have to actually make that trip every day, to go talk to him and all that. But that will be an option in the full game. So we're excited about that. Yeah. Okay, I think now it's 7:13. So do we want to go ahead? I can finally start playing. Okay. Yes. Well, do we want to get the announcement out of the way?
Oh yeah, sure.
The announcement. Okay. Yeah. So we. Basically, you're going to want to stay tuned for this because it's really exciting. We have had a lot of people who found us after the Kickstarter ended or even towards the end of the Kickstarter who really, really, really wanted to get in on early access for the game. But they couldn't at the time for whatever reason, or they found us too late, and so they couldn't. But starting today, very, very exciting news. You are actually going to be able to get in on some of those early access pledge tiers. We are bringing back 2 of our Kickstarter reward tiers. We're bringing those back to you so that you can get in on the alpha, you can get on the beta. You're going to get everything that the people in the Kickstarter got except the Kickstarter exclusive colors. So those are still Kickstarter exclusive, but everything else you're going to get. So we're going to go ahead and pop up a little URL on the screen here. you want to go to cattailsgame.com/early. And if you go to that site, you're going to see these options for you. You're going to see these tiers that we've brought back from the Kickstarter that are now available once more. And basically what that means is that you can get the game plus all the deluxe content, which is the soundtrack, this amazing 45-minute soundtrack composed by Tormod Garvin. You're also going to get a unique deluxe color that is only available to deluxe owners of the game. And you're also going to get this beautiful 20-page art PDF that includes all sorts of tips and tricks from the game, all sorts of stuff about the behind-the-scenes development process of the game, early screenshots, prototypes, pictures of us in various events. It's really cool, and you're going to get that with that as well. So right now, you can go ahead and pick that up for alpha access. It's actually going to grant you the key as soon as you pick it up. You're going to get an email with a Steam key that is redeemable immediately for alpha access. And as we go, we're going to be updating that page. Once the beta launches, we're going to change that from the Abyssinian alpha tier, which it is right now, to the Burmese beta tier, which was the second, one of the most popular tiers on Kickstarter, and that's going to grant you access to the beta. And one thing that I do want to stress is that these tiers, these are going to give you immediate access to the game, but then they're also going to give you the full game when it launches and all the deluxe content. You're going to be getting all the stuff that's listed on that page. You're going to be getting the full game when it launches. You're just going to have this content a little bit earlier. So yeah, we're very, very excited about that. So if you go to that URL, that is available right now if you're interested in doing that. So spread the word. This is actually the first place that we've even announced this. This is the only place where we've announced it. So you guys are the very, very first to know about this whole early access stuff that's going on. It's really exciting behind the scenes stuff. We're going to be posting about it to social media. But as a special thank you to you guys for checking out our stream, we wanted to let you guys know just a little bit earlier for it. So again, you're going to get everything that those Kickstarter backers got except for the exclusive colors that were only available during the Kickstarter. Everything else, that's available right now. We've brought those tiers back. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Another cool thing about this stream is later on we're going to be showing a color code for the game. So if you're familiar, there's different colors that your cat can wear, and not all of the codes have been revealed for that. So, right, we have some special promo codes we've been sitting on, and yeah, we're going to be giving out one of those for a special color for your cat that you can actually get if you're playing the game. You can basically use it immediately, or you can sit on that code until the game launches and use it then. It's still going to unlock it. This is not a timed thing. It's always going to be available, but we are giving that out at the end of the stream just so that you guys have something special for your time here. So we are going to go ahead and get started playing some Cattails here. Yeah, okay, finally. This is what I've been waiting for. Okay. That way you guys have something a little more interesting to watch than our faces. Yeah, for real. So we're going to go ahead and make a new file here. Yeah. And make our kitty. What do you guys think that we should name our kitty? Or maybe, I don't know, is it more important to select color first, or is it more important to select name? I feel like I choose the name first, and then the color's based off of the name. Oh goodness, I don't know. Golden OVW over on Twitch. Yes, we are playing an early version of the beta right now. We are not... There is no way for anyone to get in on the beta right now. This is just an internal developer copy of the game. What's available right now is the alpha. And that is basically what you're seeing here, minus a few features, but everything that you're seeing here is coming very soon. It's going to come probably in early October. So that's going to be available. Even if you pick up the alpha copy today, you're going to get the beta when that ships in October. It's going to stay updated for you. Yep. Ooh, I like Beef Patty. That's a good name right there. Name it Willow. Ooh, I like Molly. Willow's nice, and Molly's nice too. I'm not going to call it Widowmaker because I play a lot of Overwatch and I do not. Willow. I do not. Oh, I totally read. No, down here, Widow. Yeah, no, I also want to stress. I'm seeing a couple of comments about the alpha access. The game itself, right now, it is at the price that it's at on the website. That is just our alpha pricing. The game itself is going to be cheaper when it releases. So if you would rather wait until December, that's totally cool. The game's going to be $15 for the standard edition or $29 for the deluxe edition, and that is absolutely always been our pricing model. It will continue to be our pricing model. All that we're doing right now is we're bringing back a tier from the Kickstarter and making that available to you again. Yeah. So we want to give you the same value there that the Kickstarter backers got. We want to make sure the Kickstarter backers also got value for their money. So that's what we're doing there. And even as this continues, as we get to the beta stage of the game, we're actually going to be swapping out our early access rewards for a different tier, which is the beta tier of the game. So what you're seeing there, that's what that is. Don't worry, the game will be cheaper when it releases. If you don't have the money now, that's totally cool.
Yeah. I went with Sandy with yellow fur. Somebody said that on YouTube, and I really liked that they had a full vision. Like, they knew what they wanted, but I don't know the eyes yet. I'm leaning towards green.
I've always been a fan of the turquoise ones personally, but I do like the green ones too.
Oof. I think I'm going to do the light green, because I haven't really done one with light green yet.
I'm seeing a question over on YouTube from Icy Dreams. When's the beta? The beta is going to launch in October, probably early October.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a kitty.
Pink eyes. I should have done pink eyes.
We're a kitty in a pet shop.
Yeah, a lot of people ask, well, I feel like you shouldn't describe it. Because a lot of people ask, like, what does it mean? I like the ambiguity.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So this is just the intro of the game. If you guys haven't seen Let's Plays, there's a lot of really, really good Let's Plays out there right now, and most of them have this intro in them. But if you haven't seen them, this is how the game sort of opens up. Right after you create your character, you're going to see this nice little cinematic.
So sad. The feels every time.
Let's see. Yes, Overwatch is amazing. Galaxy Studios, that's true.
Yeah, but dude, I just don't like Widowmaker because I'm not very good at playing as her. I'm not very good at sniping class. So.
I'm sorry we made you sad.
I love the press escape, press escape. Let's
press escape. You don't need to watch this. It's so sad. Okay, so Golden OVW over on Twitch. I don't play it much, so I can't remember the names. I'm very bad at that. But Reinhardt, I play quite a bit, and then the lady with the jetpack, who's Farah, maybe? Farah. Is that her name? Yeah. I really like her playstyle, so that's who I usually play.
And I play Mei all day.
She's very good at Mei.
I love Mei. Yep. Okay, here we go. Should I read them and do voices? I don't know.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Give us some voice acting.
You don't look like you're from around here. You're way better. Actually, I think that you should do the voice acting.
I'll do.
I think it's
one
of your
Coco.
skills, really.
I'll do Coco,
okay.
And that's Coco. For those of you who don't know, Coco's actually based on a cat that I had growing up. So everything about Coco's personality is based on that cat. So I was really excited to bring that back into the game. You don't look like you're from around here. I'm Coco, by the way. Why don't you come over here and tell me your name? And then, I don't know. I don't know if we should voice when the dialogue magically starts talking to you. That's a little weird. You say your name is Sandy. That's a good name for you, if you don't mind me saying. You say you were left here all by yourself? Dropped off on the side of the road? How terrible. Well, if that's your story, you've got a lot of learning ahead of you. You'll have to fend for yourself out here in the wild. If you don't know how to forage, hunt, and fight, you can't expect to live more than a few days. You better listen closely to everything I say. I can show you how to survive around these parts. First things first, you'll need to know how to forage. There should be some golden seal around here. It's a green leafy plant with a bright red berry. We use it to patch up wounds. Why don't you find some golden seal and bring it to me? Shouldn't be too hard to locate. Let me know if you need some help. Go and gather. And then there's that beautiful soundtrack from Tormod Garvin.
This one reminds me a lot of Recess. If you ever watched Recess growing up, like it's all I can think of, and I love it.
Tigress Dark over on Twitch. Yes, there is full controller support for the game. That is a feature that we both love because, frankly, it feels right on controller.
Oh yeah, I always
playing on controller right now.
This is the controller that we use, in case you were curious.
It should work. It should work on pretty much any controller.
Yeah, like you can do like Xbox controllers, I think.
Yeah, we've played it with an Xbox. We've played it with a Steam controller. We've played it with this. We even got it working with a PS4 controller through Steam Link. So pretty much, if you have a controller, it's going to work with Cattails.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm kind of going quickly through all of this because I know if you played the alpha, you've seen this before.
Just don't go quick when he asks you about what colony to join because he does default.
Then I'll go to
colony.
Forest and be like, never mind, let's go through all again. So.
Jalen Z. Shrivner over on Twitch. We don't actually have a time frame for the stream, but we're imagining definitely over an hour, probably somewhere between, I don't know, an hour and 3 hours, somewhere in that time frame. But we don't have an exact
we're just gonna be hanging out.
Just hanging out with you guys. As long as you guys want to.
I can't remember if I'm supposed to have it in my mouth or not, so I'm gonna put it in my pocket.
Let's see here. Gam Sham Gaming over on YouTube says, I don't know how to download the game. So Cattails is still in development. Cattails is not available for download at the moment. It's going to release in December on Steam. We have a page right now. You can go find it on Steam if you search Cattails. It says coming soon, December, and you can add it to your wish list, and that'll let you know as soon as the game is available to the general public. We also have early access, which we're bringing back some Kickstarter tiers that were very popular. We're allowing people in on the alpha and the beta if you're interested in doing that. It's at the URL that's displayed on the stream right now. Let's see here. Yeah, Becca's just going crazy.
Yes, yeah, sorry. I've done it so many times, so...
Let's see here.
And I'm kind of assuming if you're watching the stream at this point, you kind of know, like, what's going on in the game, so...
Oh, and SCO Gamer Girl over on YouTube says, I think all characters have no gender. So basically, the characters don't have a mechanical gender in Cattails. It's not really that important as far as Cattails is concerned to have a mechanic there. So basically, your cat is whatever gender you think your cat is or isn't, and all of the cats, you're free to just pick and choose whatever you want. All of the marriage-eligible cats will be available to any player. We're not restricting it in any way.
Oh, so I did exactly what you told me not to do!
Well, we can just restart it, but
okay, what's
it's not too long.
Do you have the dev?
There isn't a dev thing right now.
Okay.
I built this as if it was a final release.
I was listening
we're going
to
the Forest Colony right now. Yay!
Sorry.
But we don't want to do
I've
that.
already seen this
We're actually going to show you guys new content here. Don't worry. We're planning on playing as the Mountain Domain, which is a brand new colony to the game.
My bad.
It's something that isn't in the alpha. We're going to be showing you new NPCs, new locations, new den, all sorts of really cool stuff. So stay tuned. We're gonna fix that. SEO Gamer Girl, yeah. Coco.exe did freak out again there. Yeah.
I want to make sure that because if I exit game, I'm going.
Exit game will take you to the menu. You should be good. There you go. Yeah, just make a new game. And
I apologize. That's a bad start.
Yeah, so Freeze_25 over on Twitch asks about the combat system, and while Becca is remaking her cat, I will go ahead and tell you about that.
Yeah, you should just talk as much as you can.
So, the combat system starts out very simple. We want it to be very accessible to anyone who's interested in the game. So, basically, the most simple, easy form of combat that you can do in the game is just swiping with your paws. You press a button, and your cat's going to swipe with its paws. If it hits an enemy cat, you're going to deal damage. And as you're doing that, you basically just want to avoid enemy attacks. You want to avoid their paws because you're going to take damage if they hit you. So it's kind of an agility, a run and gun sort of hit and slash sort of system. Very action-oriented live combat. But as you're playing the game, if you are interested in the combat system, you can unlock special skills that are going to help you out more in combat. So you can unlock things like area of effect bleed attacks. You can unlock instant kills, basically, or strong attacks. There's a lot of options there to expand upon the combat system, and even some like herbs you can collect that are going to help you in combat. So if it's something you're interested in, you can definitely make the system as simple or complex as you want it to be. And if you get really invested in it, it's definitely rewarding. You'll definitely perform better in combat with the more complex rules. So it's kind of up to you. Let's see,
I feel like there should be Cattails like speedrunners, because I would totally win if you guys are watching this.
Again, I'm seeing some comments regarding the early copies of the game, and I want to stress just again for anyone who's just joining us or might have missed earlier, what we're offering right now through the URL that you're seeing on the screen, that is a Kickstarter tier that is no longer available because the Kickstarter ended. We are bringing that back to you guys so that you can get in on the alpha if you're interested in it. It's the same rewards, it's the same price point as the Kickstarter tier. And the game itself will be cheaper when it launches. We're still have the same pricing model. The game is going to be $15 when it launches, or $29 if you want to get the deluxe edition, which includes the soundtrack. It includes deluxe edition only color, which is the orange Bengal. You see that in the link, and it also includes a beautiful 20-page art booklet. So. Just to stress that once more, the game will be much cheaper than it is now. That is just for the alpha copy. That is just if you want to support us and get the game a little bit earlier than everyone else. I'm seeing Wolfgamer1940. Is the PC version going to come out at the same time as the full game? Yes, absolutely. Actually, the game is only available on computer. It's going to be available for Windows PCs, for Macs, and for Linux. We're actually playing it on a computer right now, even though we're using a controller. We've just plugged the controller into the computer. So the game is only available on computers, and yes, the PC version is absolutely coming out at the same time as the full game, because the PC version is the full game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Alright. I did this correctly this time.
Seeing a lot of fun comments about Coco here.
Yeah.
Coco is great. So let's see. I see someone asking who Leo is. You're gonna find that out very, very soon.
Yeah, you're a fast reader.
For sure.
Good job.
There's some exciting stuff here. So
I forget that like some people haven't seen some things and some have. So I'm used to just clicking through everything because I've seen it so many times.
Freeze25. Will there be special colors for the Mac, Windows, Linux versions? So all of those versions are actually going to be identical. There is no difference between getting a copy for Windows, Mac, or Linux. We're not restricting any of that. The full game is going to be available on all 3 of those platforms.
Yeah, and I think today we're just going to be showing the mountain colony. There will be 3 colonies, plus you can create your own. But we don't want to give away too much for the beta. So.
All right, I'm seeing Manisha Wall over on YouTube. I'm not going to say what your comment says, but stay tuned for the beta.
I missed it.
Just stay tuned for the beta. Hi, Twinkles. I'm saying hi to Galaxy Studios Cat. Julieta Golove, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Development is really good right now. We're actually a little bit ahead of schedule. We're definitely on track to have the beta ready in October. So right now, Becca is greeting Leo, which someone was talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is Leo.
Yeah, we're in the mountain domain right now. This is their home. They've made it on a rocky basin in the north area of the world. And you actually live in this cave right here that you're seeing in the gameplay. So the mountain domain is different from the forest colony in a lot of ways. So she's greeting Leo. Leo is the leader of this domain. So Leo is, in a sense, the same as Mayor is for the forest colony. But the mountain domain is a bit more of a rigid folk. They really fiercely believe in honor. They believe that protecting their borders is very important to them. So a lot of their cats reflect that sort of lifestyle. And they live in, these rocky homes, and it's very much less friendly than the forest colony, but still a very nice, place to be. It's not a bad place to be. They're not bad cats, if that makes sense.
Oh, I got too close to him. That's a really bad habit of mine. Is I'll get like right up in the other cat's face to talk to him. Don't mean to. This is Luna.
I'm seeing a couple of comments speaking about lag on the stream. Is anyone having issues with that? I don't know if it's something on our end or if it's something on particular people's ends. Allison DeFries, Cattails is coming out in December. It's coming out in December of this year, right at the end of the year. We have an alpha which is available right now. You see that in the URL that's on the website. Well, but the stream isn't.
Yeah. So this is like my favorite cat in the mountain colony. His name's Arthur. You want to read this?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Who goes there? Hearken to my words, traveler. You are not from this realm, are you? Thy coming is most peculiar. Thou speakest to Arthur, noble knight of the mountain domain. I mark how thy spirit swells with pride at the mention of our proud kingdom. It is a happy fate that we should meet on this day. I shall remember thee, noble one. Yeah, Arthur is one of the marriage-eligible cats that's coming with the beta, and I adore Arthur. Arthur's probably going to be the cat that I marry on my playthroughs. Arthur's just great. Yeah, you guys, what you're seeing right now is probably actually the game just lagging a little bit, and that's because we're streaming it out to 2 different services at the same time that we're recording it, and we're, doing all this stuff. So, apologies there. It shouldn't stay like this for too long, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Octopioids over on Twitch asks, is this an area where humans used to live in? Yes, so Cattails takes place in sort of an open to interpretation world, but there were absolutely humans around at some point. You can see that they've built roads, you can see that they've built a lot of human-made structures. There's pavements, there's bridges, there's lanterns, all sorts of stuff like that. So absolutely, there were humans at one point, although it doesn't seem that there are anymore. Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of love for Robin as well. Robin is another marriageable cat. You will be able to marry Robin in the full game and hopefully in the beta.
Yeah, so right now what I'm doing in the gameplay is I want to make sure that I get some food for our cat. And these are all like new map tiles too, so hopefully we get to see them, see the world.
Oh, hey Kevin, how's it going? Okay, so I see someone over here is asking on Twitch about what do the stars mean on the cat. So the stars are actually your friendship level with the cat. You start out with 2 stars, which is sort of a neutral friendship level. And as you're talking to the cat, as you're giving that cat gifts, you are going to become much better friends with them. So you're going to rank up with them, you're going to learn more about them. They might even give you gifts if you're friends enough with them. And they're just going to be generally friendlier to you if you're friends with them. So that's what it means. It starts at 2, you can get it up to 5, or if you do a really bad job, it can go all the way down to 0, and then they can start really not liking you. So that's what that means. One of the most important aspects of the friendship system is that before you start dating a cat, you're going to have to be really, really good friends with them. Jojo off our away says, can the stars fall below 2? Yes, yes they can. If you give them things that they really don't like, if you refuse to talk to them, if you're just being a jerk to them, then yes, some cats are not going to like you. Ember is a Grump says, where can you buy calico skins in the game? The Forest Colony, I believe, is actually going to be selling a calico skin very similar to Robin's. It's not quite the same one, but it's very, very similar, and that is coming in the beta. There is none in the alpha right now, but that is definitely coming. Calicos are really pretty cats. Julietta says, do you enjoy coding and stuff? I'm so interested in game development. You have inspired me so much to try and learn to create games. And, well, thank you. That's extremely nice. That's extremely encouraging to hear. And I love it. It's something that I've been doing as a hobby since I was 10 years old. I've been making games, and it's a really rewarding hobby because it's kind of like a giant riddle that you're solving. And as you solve it, you get to see the fruits of your labor. And I think that's what actually drew me to game development in particular, is that you're seeing everything that you're doing has a really immediate payoff. You can see the fun that's coming out of what you're creating, and then you get to share that with other people, and I think that's really cool. So I absolutely love it, and I think that, yeah, if it's something you're interested in, you should definitely give it a try. I will also say something that's really, really cool for people who are interested in game development. The exact tools that I am using to build Cattails right now, there is a Humble Bundle going for that right now. It's the Game Maker Bundle. You can get everything that I'm using to build Cattails for like $15. Super cheap, very easy way to jump right in there, and I highly recommend that. So go check that out if you're interested in game development at all.
Yeah, we could probably do like a whole Twitch stream just about like game development and programming and how like amazing it is. So maybe I have to do that sometime.
I see a question here over on YouTube from Feather Mist Hunter who says, "Can you get early access right now?" So yes, okay, actually, I'm
gonna be here for the next 3 hours, or I don't know how long we're doing. The next hour, I don't want to hear this spiel. So new rule. Our loyal fans who've been here from the start.
You guys should answer those questions in chat. That would be super cool.
That would be like the coolest. Like that's how I would know you're number 1 fan.
That would be super cool.
Yeah, or just like post a link, or like, I don't know.
I see Galaxy Studios. You're asking how long the stream is going to be going for.
Yeah, we don't know. We just want to hang out with you guys, because I mean, honestly, all of you have given us so much support. We really wanted to do something to kind of give back and just be open about what we're doing and show it to people. So
yeah, at the very, very least, we're going to be running until, like an hour or 2. So at least until 8, but we'll probably be here until, I don't know, 9, 10, something like that. I don't know. It'll be going for a while.
Until we get bored of you guys. No.
Basically, yeah. Or until you guys get bored of us. We'll see.
Yeah. I had this moment where I forgot like what colony I started at, and I was worried I couldn't remember if these were enemies or not.
I see Ice Cream Dream is asking, how come the mountain domain has a banner hanging off the rocks? That's a really good question. That is the symbol of the mountain domain, is that flag there. You see that above all of their heads on their little loyalty emblem. And that's a good question. It could have been hung there by humans, maybe. Like we were saying, this world was at one point inhabited by humans. But again, it's kind of an ambiguous backstory. What else do we have here?
Yeah, you answer the questions. I will try to stay alive.
Yeah, Becca, do you want to give some input on what's happening in Cattails right now?
Yeah, so right now, I haven't shown off all of the mountain colony yet, so I have to stay tuned because I really wanted to make sure that I had some food and that we get some experience to level up our skills, because I'm really not that good at hunting yet. And
I do want to just a real quick correction there. Octopioids over on Twitch, the alpha and beta access is actually available immediately. It's accessible right now if you go to that link right there. I see one from Meg Goody over on YouTube asking, when the beta releases, will it be easier to get blue currency in the mines? So what I'm going to tell you is that the deeper you go in the mines, the easier it's going to get. So you can use the currency that you're able to scrape together on the lower levels to buy a warp to the lower levels, and once you get down there, you're going to find more and more gems. And especially towards the bottom, like the 75 to 100 range, you're going to get a lot of gems. And those gems are worth a lot of mole cash, which is the blue currency. So that is what I would recommend. It's not necessarily going to get easier, but that is a tip that's going to help you out a lot. Especially if you're staying in the lower levels, you're not going to get a whole lot of mole cash that way. You really got to go deep in the mines before you get gems. Oh, we're getting a 404. That
no.
is not good. Let me check on that. Thank you for reporting that. I really appreciate that.
Sorry, in what?
On the
YouTube
link
or
there.
Twitch? Oh, that's.
Let me
that's
check
awkward.
into that. If that is the case, I will look into fixing that as fast as possible. But
yeah.
I don't think that.
Maybe you just like the HTTP thingy.
I just pulled it up on my phone and it seems to be working. Is anyone else having an issue getting to that link that's displayed right now on the stream? Chris asks, can you marry the moles? No.
Chris, we personally know Chris.
Yeah, Chris,
so.
stop your ridiculous questions.
No, I love them. Keep it going.
They're
If you saw me crack up earlier, it was because of Chris, something you put. So. Oh goodness. Okay, it's getting dark. I'm gonna head back. Oh, there's a red flag light. Yeah.
I will also say, a lot of people are discussing the mines right now. And the mine system, as it is in the alpha, is really cool. We are expanding that in the beta, and I don't want to go into too much depth on that, but it will be expanded in the beta.
Yep.
So if you really like that system, we have some exciting news for you.
Yeah.
Just not yet.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess I'll try to show off some other like Cattails tips. One thing that you can do that a lot of people don't know is you can have above 100% health, or not health, hunger, fullness. What term should I use for that? I don't know. I'm gonna say hunger, over 100% hunger. So now I have 125%, and wow, okay, I'm really lagging in the mountain colony. That stinks.
Yeah,
so now I walk like faster, and so it's like it puts like a little bit of a speed boost on.
That is a really useful tip to know early on. Oh, one really cool thing, if you open up your inventory there, just a little quality of life thing we are adding. We got a lot of requests for this. You can sort your inventory now. So
oh yeah,
that's super exciting. Especially in the mines, it got very tedious to have to automatically, or manually, I guess, rearrange your inventory, make sure you can find all your food stuff. You can sort that now, so there's one suggestion that definitely made it into the beta.
Your suggestions on the forum, if you're a part of that, we do look at those and try to implement what works for the game.
On that note, if anyone is not a part of the forums, you should go and check those out. It is cattailsgame.proboards.com, and that is going to take you to our online community. We have a board just for the alpha, a board just for the beta, and then a general board as well, just for general comments and suggestions about the game. We would love to hear any feedback you guys have, and we would also love to hear any suggestions you guys have. And I see Logal Gold asking, why is the forest colony a colony, but the rest are domains? So our general terminology is that they are all colonies. It is actually just the mountain domain that is going by domain right now, and that is because that is a much stronger word. The mountain domain is a lot more about protecting their borders, taking territory, all that kind of stuff. So we figured that a stronger word like domain works a lot better for them. Okay, Lithorian, I see your comment. I'm going to go check that out right now. Sorry you're having issues with that.
Yeah, so this is something I usually do in my den, is like sort through all of my items and leave them in here like a hoarder.
Yeah, can I just ask once more, has anyone tried to go to that link, the cattailsgame.com/early, and had an issue with that? Because there is definitely an issue for at least one person. And I'm going to go ahead and throw that link up in chat, just so that you guys can test that out for us, because that would be super cool. We aren't having an issue with it on our end, but if you guys are, please let us know.
Yeah.
Gam Sham Gaming, you're saying that it does not work for you? The widget wouldn't work, okay. That is good to know. And Shorty Soldier says it does not work as well. Let me try giving you guys another link and let me know if this one works, because it genuinely might just be an issue with how we have things set up. That might work instead for you.
That's interesting.
And let me know if it does or does not. I just threw a .html in there, and I really, really hope that works. If it doesn't, we'll get it fixed. We'll have that fix out there. And for anyone who it doesn't work for, it would be helpful to know if you went to just cattailsgame.com, if that pulls up. That would be extremely useful to know. Let's see here. So, Julietta, I see you're asking about starting out making a game. Was it hard, and did I use coding? And the answer to both of those are actually yes, it was hard, and no, I did not use coding. Game Maker back in the day.
When you started.
When I started.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. When I started, when I was 10, gaming was something that I really liked doing, and so I figured, hey, I might as well jump in and see if this works. So, yeah, it was a little difficult. There's a lot of new terms you have to get used to, that's for sure. It's kind of a different way of thinking, but you actually don't have to use coding. There's a lot of really cool tools out there that let you get a start in it, and they teach you the logic of it without writing a single line of code. Game Maker is one of them. Just one of them, though. There's also Scratch, which I know a lot of people use. It's really good. There's a lot of stuff. So honestly, if you're interested, there's really good tools out there. You don't actually have to start coding. You'll probably jump into it eventually, which is what I did. But don't let that intimidate you. Honestly, there are just so many people out there doing it right now that there's always going to be someone better than you, and don't let that stop you. Like, no matter what you make, it's going to be personal, and it's going to be cool because you made it. So if you're interested in it, just jump in and see what you can do.
I think it's great to just start somewhere. And I think that you will find, like, when you're... Like, Cattails is a pretty big game. Once you start making bigger games, I would highly suggest learning programming at that point. However, start small. Like, just make, like, a little maze game or just a little, like, a tiny one-level platformer just to figure out, like, what you're doing and understand, like, the logic behind game making. Start, like, definitely just go for it. Start somewhere.
Right. That is the most important advice. I'm seeing people that are saying that it works with the .html, so can I have you pause real fast?
Oh, and I'm gonna.
Well, I'm just gonna throw that up on this text right here. That way people can get to it a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. For anyone who had issues getting to the site there, that should not have happened, and we apologize. We're going to update the URL on the stream.
I can't see where I'm going, so...
Sorry.
No, I was letting them know if I was, like, walking into a tree or something.
You guys, that should work for you now if you do that right there. That should take you straight to that site. And again... just for anyone who's joining us who didn't hear before, who's seeing that link now that we're making a big deal about it, that is just a Kickstarter tier that we are bringing back. It was a very popular tier. A lot of people wanted access to that tier. So we're bringing that back to you guys. You can get in on it now if you want. But I will say that the game itself will be much cheaper when it launches, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, so if you can't afford it, then have more patience. But if you want to, like, be in the know, get to play as soon as possible, then now's the opportunity.
I see a question from Tigress Dark over on Twitch asking, is there any advantage to getting early access deluxe that won't come with grabbing regular deluxe when it launches in December? The answer is no. The tiers that are up on our early access, that is just for alpha and beta. You're going to get all the same content when the deluxe edition launches in December, and that's going to be $29 in December.
Yeah, so the benefit of getting it now is mostly you get to play it before anybody else, really.
Right. We're basically doing this because we got so many people. I mean, we got multiple emails a day from people asking, like, hey, I saw your Kickstarter. I was too late to get in on it. Is there any way that I could get early access to the game? Because I'm seeing other people playing it, and I really want to do that and to support you guys developing the game. And we, for the longest time, couldn't give them a good answer on that. We basically said, no, now that the Kickstarter's over, we can't do that. You're going to have to wait till December. But we realized that, you know, we can do this. We figured out a way to do it, and so we're bringing that to you guys. And if you're interested in doing that, if you're sad because you missed the Kickstarter, get in on it and support us, and that would be super cool. If not, that's totally cool too. You can just wait till December, get the full game when it launches, like, you know, pretty much everyone else, and it's going to be $15 at that time.
Oh, air battle. Oh, my colony's got it. Good job, guys.
Let's see here. What are those chirping noises I hear? So those are bird noises.
Well, you might have heard, like, the people scratching.
Oh, that could be too.
That could have been.
Yeah, every time that a cat scratches, you're gonna hear kind of a clawing noise from that. I see Katie H over on YouTube asking, when is the official game coming out? And that is in December. It's coming in December. It's coming this year, at the end of the year. So right now we have a Steam page up for it. It's a coming soon page. You can add us to your wish list on Steam, and that will let you know as soon as the game is ready. I see Scorching Lizard over on Twitch asking, will there be any way to buy the original soundtrack? Yes, that is basically the deluxe edition. Yeah. So if you get the deluxe edition, it's going to be $14 more than the base game, and what you're getting with that is the soundtrack primarily, this 45-minute, excellent, beautiful soundtrack. And you're also going to get a 20-page art book about development of the game, and you're going to get a special orange Bengal color that you can only get if you're a deluxe edition owner of the game. Chris, my favorite candle scent is actually peach. There's this delicious candle that smells like peach rings, and I love it. But Yankee Meadows is very good
Meadows.
too.
Fresh Meadows.
Let's see here. Does anyone else watch any Let's Plays on YouTube of Cattails? Because even as the developer, I watch almost all of them.
So
I
fun.
love watching that. It's really fun to see other people enjoying the game. But yeah, if you guys watch any Let's Players, you should post them in the comments so other people can find them. I know in particular, Siri Pixel Biologist is doing a really, really good Let's Play series. You should check that out. And Jessie Mew as well has a really, really good series on YouTube. So you should check both of those out. They're really fun to watch. I see Zoenik asking, will the game be available in German? And I am so sorry, we actually don't have localization plans right now. The game is going to be available in English when it launches. It might be something we look into later on down the line, but it's just it's a process that we're not familiar with, and it's rather expensive and very time-consuming, so I'm sorry, but no. Only English when it launches.
I mean, if the game does incredibly well, then I think that's something we'll be all over, is trying to get it in as many different languages as possible. But at this point, we don't know German, so it's simple as that.
So I have a question for you guys, because we are playing an early beta copy of the game that only we have access to. What do you guys want to see us do in the game?
Yeah.
We're open to suggestions right now.
Or which cat, you've seen most of the cats in, I think all of them I've talked to really briefly during this. Which one do you think I should become friends with?
That's a good question. And then, where should we be going and stuff?
Yeah. We aren't going to go to the Mystic Colony, sorry.
No worries, we're not going to Google Translate the game. No worries there, Logo Gold. SEO Gamer Girl wants us to go to the temple. I will say, on that note, that at least in this copy, the temple is no different than it was in the alpha, but we can still go there.
Yeah, nothing to lose, and then they'll see all the map, too, there.
Become friends with Arthur, Shorty Soldier says. I like your style, because Arthur is my favorite, too. I see a question about adding multiplayer as well. So Cattails is going to be a single-player experience, at least when it launches, and that is because we want to get it out there as soon as possible for you guys. We know a lot of people are really, really interested in the game. But, again, if we want to get that into your hands as soon as possible, we're focusing on single-player for now. I see Local Gold wants us to become friends with Robin.
I really like Robin, too.
Someone wants us to destroy the forest colony.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's take over the forest, their whole map. There's some things on the map we haven't shown them yet.
There are.
But,
there are for sure.
Yeah, let's...
Some really cool stuff on the map we haven't shown them yet.
Forest colony. I like that. That's how I...
Gonna go conquer the forest colony.
Yeah.
Someone wants us to go to the mines, but I'm not sure if you're high enough.
Oh, I will
yet,
get.
You know, you might just get a little bit destroyed by that.
Okay, so I need 215 years. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to get enough money to get the sand color, I think, because our cat's name is Sandy. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
That's a good idea. It'd be a little bit of a different color than that color you're wearing right now.
Really fast through that.
That's new too, actually.
Should I show all the items in the shop?
You can if you want. There's a lot of new accessories coming with the beta, and there's a lot of new colors as well that are coming out with that. So
there's some really and I think maybe maybe I shouldn't be selfish and get the sand color. Maybe you guys will see something else that you think I should get.
If you guys see something that you think that Sandy should be wearing, just shout it out in chat.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sand with white color to get a little fancier.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You get those little markings on your muzzle.
I think the things at the end.
I love the surcoat. I always buy the surcoat.
It reminds me of Link's outfit from Legend of Zelda. That's why I like it.
Let's see here. Shorty Soldier over on YouTube is asking, do you think in the future there could be a way to try on different pelts? And I will say that right now there is not, but I will point out on our forums, cattailsgame.proboards.com, we have a member who's been very active there who has been compiling a visual guide to all the available colors in the game. It's really, really good. And I highly recommend checking that out. Oh, here's Jag.
Oh,
Jag is another fun new cat.
There's a reason I didn't.
Jag is a good cat.
Jag's something. He's something.
La Luna 121, buying pelt colors does not carry across saves. It is per file.
Yeah.
If you wear a bell, does it make hunting more difficult? That's a good idea. It does
really
not,
should,
but that's a good idea.
Like, yeah.
Jag is a little bit goofy. Yeah, that's for sure. He's a little crazy.
Yeah, we haven't talked to Arthur today. Let's see what Arthur has to say. Who goes there? Hearken to my words, traveler.
I see Stormy Draws asking, how will you switch colonies? And that is actually a feature that...
Let's go to the forest colony.
Is in the beta. Yeah, if you want to go travel down there.
Yep, it'll be a long hike, but...
yeah, a bit of a hike, but we could do that for sure.
And Coco taught us how to sprint, so...
Uh-huh.
And then I taught us how to get our health over 100%, so... And Valerian also makes you fast.
Oh, SEO Gamer Girl says, do the Kickstarter colors carry over saves? Yeah, so anytime that you're launching the game through your Steam account, which has those colors associated with it, you're going to get those colors on all your save files. No worries there. Every cat you make is going to have those colors. You won't ever lose those.
And regarding the cat colors and what we've seen on the forum, there still is a color out there that I don't think anyone has found yet, from what I've seen.
There is a color in the alpha right now
so if you have the game,
only one, but there is one out there.
Yep.
And it's not a promo code, it's just something you can get by playing the game. Let's see here. How long have we been working on Cattails? So we've been working on Cattails since May of last year, so it's been a little bit over a year now, about a year and 2 months.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hyena over on YouTube says, so I heard you can see NPCs on the map. You can see them on the mini-map. They appear as icons on your mini-map, but they don't appear on the world map, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so by the mini-map, he means the one in like the small upper left corner. So if I was in like the colony, like within their borders, I'd see it.
I see Mason G over on YouTube is asking, any news if alpha save files will be good to transfer to the beta and the finished game? At this point, yes, the alpha files will transfer directly, very smoothly into the beta. We don't want to break that. If it happens, it would be unfortunate and we'd let you know, but absolutely right now, you will be able to use your alpha save files in the beta, and if something changes, we'll let you know. Oh, that'd be cute. SEO Gamer Girl wants Sandy to get a beach hat. There's not a beach hat in the game, but that would be really cute.
So cute.
That would work perfectly. Let's see here. So, Octopioids, or Kevin, over on Twitch says, all credit colors have been unlocked? I don't know about that one.
Kevin, yeah. That's impressive, though, that, like, you're able to narrow it down that fast. Because I think it's pretty obvious what we're saying is that's where it is.
I don't know.
I think it's obvious enough. I think it's obvious enough. But I'm really impressed, Kevin, because I know that I've seen your name around. Like, that is really impressive that you were able to.
Let's see here.
Okay.
Ember Ray says, will I be able to name my cat Ember? Yes. There is already a cat named Ember, but you can still name your cat Ember. There's no restriction there. Nothing's going to go wrong if you name your cat Ember.
I feel so bad when I'm in like the other colonies area and I like steal their herbs really fast. They're chasing after me and I'm just taking all their stuff. Oh, turtle, no, miss it.
Thanks for joining us, Chris. I will look forward to this guy Ducky joining us. That would be fun.
Those are like two of our closest friends.
So Katie H asks, is Ember the shopkeeper the same as Ember the kitty pet? Not really, but they're both very similar, both name the same thing, and it's sort of an original character that I created, so some of that inspiration did carry over. Splash, yeah, no problem. So we're actually going to be streaming probably for a little while here.
Yeah, we have nothing better to do.
Nowhere near the end, we're just going to be hanging out with you guys, so
yeah.
You're not too late, don't worry about it.
Yeah, party all night long.
I'm sure anyone can catch you up in chat. Ice River 1020 says, about what percentage of the game would you say is complete right now? And that is a hard question. We get that a lot, and we always have different answers. But
every time
I am sitting at a solid 65%, and the reason that I say that is because most of the mechanics of the game are in. We are mostly just working on content at this point and a few mechanics. And I mean, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of that too much, but I feel pretty confident saying 65%, and I am working on it full-time, so I feel very good about getting it done by the end of the year. But Becca, what do you think? 'Cause
I think that's a fair, yeah.
Different opinions on that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair number. I think that's right. Yep.
Okay, we have a link to that coat color guide over on the Twitch chat. If anyone's interested in seeing that thread right there does contain all the info. Okay, so Becca has tried to take Sandy into the forest colony, which I'm sure you've seen the forest colony. It's in all the alpha footage. And she's been stopped at the border by a guard named Sarge.
Yeah,
Sarge is one of our custom NPCs and is super cool and a new character. So we'll go ahead and walk through this. But Sarge says, "What do you think you're doing? You can't just waltz in here. This is the forest colony. If you have official business to conduct with us, you'll have to go through me."
Yeah, so I cannot at this point enter the forest colony. However, I can give gifts, and I can give the gift to Sarge directly, or I can give it to the colony itself. So I can give it to the forest colony. Oh, that was the introduction. I have to fix that maybe.
Oh,
so,
it should give you the introduction. That's not a glitch.
But I was trying to give him the frog. But I'm just really eager. That's like...
Yeah, you gotta
I'm super nitpicky too. Yeah, so I can give the frog to the colony, and that will increase my reputation with them. So that's like a whole new system. And you might have seen it up on the map when I was like looking at it really quickly.
Right, you can see she now has 2% reputation with the forest colony. As she plays, if she gives them gifts, she's going to increase her reputation with the forest colony, and they're going to start trusting her a little bit more. So right now, they really don't like her, they really don't want her in their territory, they don't want her in their camp for sure. But as she levels that up, she's going to unlock some really cool perks that are going to help her out if she's ever down in this area. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, do you want to give Sarge more gifts? Is that something that we want to focus on? Are people interested in seeing that system, or should we go do more action-y things, I guess?
Yeah, let us know what you want to see. I'm going to go ahead and give him a few more things since we're here, because why not?
I see a mention of the Chimera coat, or Chimera. I actually don't know how to pronounce that word, but over in chat someone's mentioning it, and that one is super cool, and it was a custom color that was created by one of our Kickstarter backers, and I mean, the creativity of our backers has blown me away. There have been so many cool things that I never would have thought of that made it into the game, like that coat color, and that one's super cool. It's a personal favorite of mine, but of course I don't use it because it's a custom one. A lot of people are saying, yeah, show more of that system, give him more gifts.
Okay. I think I gave him the max for the day, right? Did we put that in?
Yeah, I think 3.
Yep, okay. Yeah, so we'll come back tomorrow and give him more and keep working on that. We're at 6% now.
I see Feather Mist Hunter is asking, how do you download the early access? So right now it is a closed early access. It is only available to our Kickstarter backers. But we have brought back the same tier that our Kickstarter backers got, the same stuff except for a couple of exclusive colors. That is the URL that you are seeing right now that is popping up right there on the screen for you, cattailsgame.com/early.html. If you visit that site, you can get in on the same early access tier that our backers got on Kickstarter. So that's available to you right now, but I will point out that your purchase there would support us to help develop the game, gets you early access, But again, when the game releases in December, it is going to be cheaper than that, and you're going to get the full game at that time. So if you want early access, it's available to you, but it's not mandatory.
That's a really long description, but we just want to be like open with everyone. We don't want to rip you off. Like, we want to make sure you know what you're getting into.
We want to make sure that everyone's getting a good value for their money. We want to make sure you guys are getting a good value. We want to make sure that our Kickstarter backers got a good value for their money. So we're bringing that tier back. We're just taking that tier wholesale, and we're offering that again to you guys starting immediately. I mean, that's active right now. I see Hyena asks, if you're in the forest colony, will you still see Sarge? Yes, Sarge will be there. Sarge is a new NPC for the forest colony coming with the beta. And you'll be able to befriend Sarge just like any other cat. So that's kind of super cool. Stormy Draws asks, what is the temple used for? Stay tuned.
Yeah. I don't think that will be in beta. That'll be later on.
Lithorian asks, are you, as the developers, all right with this game being live streamed by early access folks?
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Please do, yeah.
We are fully on board with that, and in fact, we watch many of the live streams, many of the videos that people upload of gameplay. We are fully on board with that. We want people to be able to share their experiences of Cattails with anyone else that they want to.
Yeah, and it really even helps us as developers to watch other people play it. So if you decide to live stream it, like, send us a tweet, and there's a chance we'll watch it. So, we're available.
I see Mason G is asking, will capturing land hurt reputation with other colonies? The answer to that is actually no. So the whole political system, the battle system, is not actually tied into your personal reputation, and that is because the battles are more or less a professional reality of these cats' worlds. You don't really have to worry about that so much. We don't want to penalize you for participating in those systems. We just want to make an option for you to become friends with the colonies if you want to, and we don't want to penalize you for participating in the really fun systems that are the battle system and the political system.
I like to see it as like you're bribing the guard, but another way to look at it is you're making happy, like you're making nice friends. So like here, like Jag is actually would be the guard of this one of
right. Jag is the equivalent of what Sarge is to the forest colony. Jag is that to the mountain domain, but they're unique cats. They have their own dialogue, their own backstories behind them. So they're very different experientially. They're just the same mechanic, if that makes sense. I see a couple of interesting questions over here. The first one is, how many cats would you say are in-game so far? As far as cats that you can befriend, the beta is going to have at least 20 of them, probably more. So there's a lot for you to choose from, and there's going to be 9 marriageable cats when the beta is out. So that's pretty cool. I see another really good question about percentage for spawns, and they want to know, what is the percentage spawn chance for cardinals and bluebirds? And cardinals and bluebirds are an interesting case. You will actually notice that depending on where you are in the world, you are going to find different types of prey. So if you're in the swamp, you're going to find frogs and toads. If you are near a lake, you might find turtles and mice. If you're in a forest, you'll find doves and crows. Blue jays and cardinals are not everywhere. They're only in very specific places in the world, and they have roughly a 1% spawn chance, so they're pretty rare. And if you find one, you should definitely try to grab it, because they're worth a lot of money and they're very hard to find. A lot of people here really like Luna.
There's a reason he pointed that out.
Becca's not a huge Luna fan.
Moonhead is what I call her.
But I like
I'm a good
Luna.
person.
What you call them? But
them. Yeah. If we use adjectives, just ignore them. Like we said before, you can use whatever you want. We aren't picky.
I see a question. Ember Ray over on YouTube asks, did you guys draw the backgrounds yourself? So I'm not exactly sure what background you're referencing. If you're talking about the Twitch background, yes. If you're talking about the game backgrounds, yes. If you're talking about our key art, which is that beautiful seasonal piece and the fireflies pieces, those were actually commissioned from a really fantastic guy named Haru Purwanda. You can see his work, it's linked to from our main website. But as far as Twitch goes, yeah, that was us if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, so pretty much everything we've made other than like some of the promotional things you'll see like on our website.
Right.
So, which is really funny because neither of us are actually like artists going into this.
No.
Like we're definitely
both developers.
Self-taught. Yeah, we're programmers. So it's been really fun figuring that out and like figuring out our aesthetics.
I'm seeing some questions regarding the custom colony system, and I basically am just going to say that we don't have too much to talk about there. We're not really going to be answering questions regarding that because it's not a system we're ready to discuss in detail yet. So sorry.
Yeah, it won't be in the beta. Like we're still getting there.
I see a question regarding the music notes and flowers that appear above cats' heads. That's basically just an indication that they like what you've done or they like what they're talking about. So some cats have special symbols that appear above their head, and it basically means that they're happy or that they're excited about something.
Yeah. Again, that's probably because of our artist skills, where it's like, let's make this as explicit as possible. this is a
Can
smile.
They tell that cat is smiling? Yeah. We'll put a nice little sunshine above his head.
Yeah,
and then
cats don't really smile, so...
That's true.
I feel like we've done a pretty good job with that.
I see Julieta Golove says, anything you want to add to the game that you didn't add yet? Just wondering. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
So much. Like infinity.
I mean, the trick is, like, we have all of these really cool features that we have discussed on the Kickstarter, we've discussed in the updates, and we are going to bring to the finished game. Things like creating your own colony, things like marrying cats, things like having kittens with cats, all that kind of stuff is not in the game. We are adding that, and we would like to add that, of course. And then there's the whole aspect of, like, we get these awesome suggestions. We see these awesome ideas, and we just have these awesome ideas, and we're like, man, I wish Cattails had this feature. Yeah. And it's like, well, we could put that in there, and it would be really cool, but then people aren't going to get the game until a month or a year later, you know. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of features that we wish we could add. But we're basically just playing with time constraints. We're asking ourselves, what are we going to work on that's going to give the most value to the player at this time, and also make sure that we can ship the game to people as early as possible.
Yeah, what would you say is, like, the biggest thing, or is that something to be up for discussing? Like, the biggest thing that we really wish that we could do that we know we won't be doing?
Oh, man. For me, it's really hard because, like, I think multiplayer would be really, really fun. But again, multiplayer is like one of those things that, like, it would just add so much development time to my plate. And it would mean that you guys wouldn't get Cattails until much, much later. So
a couple of years.
It's not something that I actually have any experience working in as far as multiplayer games go. And as far as taking a game that's been made for single player and converting it to multiplayer, it is just crazy complicated. Not to get into the nitty-gritty of it, but I mean, look at something like Stardew Valley, which is trying to do that and which has a whole company behind it doing that. And it's taking them a very long time. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's very, very complex. Ooh, Becca has found a turtle.
Yeah.
So turtles are a prey type that was added to the game actually from a Kickstarter stretch goal. So that's kind of a fun find there. Turtles are fairly rare to find. They're very slow because they're turtles. But if you can catch them, their shell is worth a lot. And you can even take the meat and you can eat that, sell that, or give that as a gift.
I check the map a lot. I hope that's not really annoying, like, for people.
I see Tobias Skin on YouTube asks, what gave you the inspiration to call the currency Muse? And that just comes from a common, I guess, sound association of cats, that people think that when they make their meows, they're mewing, I guess. So I thought it was a cute word. I thought if we just repurpose that cat-like word for currency, then why not? We'll use it. And I really like it too. I think it adds a lot of character to it rather than just calling them coins or dollars. It makes it a lot more cat-like.
There's quite a bit of puns in this game. If you haven't found them there.
Cupcakes Village wants to know what the backstory of Sandy is and how you decided on it.
Oh, who asked it?
Cupcakes Village over on YouTube. What do you think?
Oh,
what's Sandy's backstory?
I can't remember who did it, but somebody had that whole vision though. It wasn't me. It was somebody in the comments. So, and I just went with it. Like, I trusted their vision. So if they're still around and want to explain that, like, I believe in it. I believe in Sandy. Like, yeah.
I see this guy Ducky over on YouTube asking, can you put your cat in a mask? And yeah, there will be at least one mask coming to the game. It's coming with the beta, and we're pretty excited about that. And you should know better, this guy Ducky, because
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a fun question.
That's one of our best friends.
He's a cool guy. Let's see here. What else do we got here? Maxine Prime wants to know if this is going to be compatible with the HTC Vive, which would be super cool.
That would be legit.
VR Cattails would be amazing.
I think we should, because then we could put that as like a business expense. Like, we need to buy a Vive.
Yeah, just imagine like you're playing first-person Cattails in virtual reality. You're like pouncing on mice and stuff. That would be really, really fun. Let's see here. Feathermist Hunter asks if we can have a thing where you have glowing fireflies in your den. You actually can do that.
Let's go check out my den.
Yeah, we'll go check out Becca's den right now.
Oh, that's something I do all the time.
Yeah, so
I'll make like really like I really get into it more. Like, that's not the purpose of the game at all. But like I will save up the fireflies, especially like I got 2 red ones here, and it's kind of hard to see because of the brown background, so red on brown. But yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're glowing, and they actually will bring up the ambient brightness of your den as well. If you place down enough items that glow or that shine or sparkle, you're actually going to make your den a much more cheery, bright place for you to live. So that's something that I usually spend some time doing during the summer when you can still catch fireflies. So that's kind of a fun hidden feature.
I guess if you kill fireflies, they actually glow, like continue to glow. That was something that Tyler told me, and I didn't believe him, and had to like look up. So yeah, so there's some science for you.
I see a couple of questions. Can we send you fan mail? Absolutely. Our email address is listed on cattailsgame.com. You can send them.
Well, do they mean like real mail? Do we?
Well,
we don't have a PO box anymore, so probably not.
Yeah, no email.
We don't want you to show up at our door because.
As far as emails go, absolutely. Tyler at cattailsgame.com or Becca at cattailsgame.com are our emails. Or you can send it directly to cattailsgame@gmail.com. That's another email that we have. We check all of those. All those emails get to us. So yeah, if you want to send something, that would be super cool. Thanks. What else do we have here? Tobias Skin asks about Cattails and its origin and its relation to Warriors Untold Tales, which is an old game that I made. Cattails has no relation to it. There is some similar mechanics, there is some inspiration taken here and there, but it is set in a completely different universe, it is completely original, and Cattails is very different than Untold Tales. Stormy Draws asks, can we get any other glowing objects? Yes. I will say that there are gems that you can get that glow.
The glowing effect is different.
It's different. They sparkle. But
I would say sparkle.
They still make your den brighter.
Yeah, like the overall ambience of your den will go up.
There's also a very rare butterfly that glows, so if you see a glowing butterfly, keep your eye out for that. Yeah. I was actually playtesting the game just yesterday to make sure it would work for our stream and everything, and the very first thing that I saw, literally first bug, first prey, first anything that I saw on my new save file was a glowing butterfly, which are just ridiculously rare, and I was hyped. I see Foxy Fangirl asks over on YouTube, what would happen if all of a colony's territory is taken? That can happen. That can absolutely happen, except that every colony has 2 areas, 2 map tiles that are locked, and those will always be theirs. You can see them shaded in the darker color. Right now, Becca has it pulled up. So those 2 dark green, the dark blue, and the dark red tiles, there should be 2 of each. Those are sort of locked down. And so because of that, you can't take an entire colony's territory, but you could push in all the way around that. You could take all the tiles that surround that, for example. And if that happens, they're just going to have border battles raging right at their doorstep all the time. So that's kind of what would happen.
And right now, in the game itself, there's no, like, huge reward for that yet. I'm sure that's something we'll do, like an accomplishment or, like, something that you'll unlock by doing that. Because I think that's huge if you can get whichever colony you're part of to have all of the tiles except for, like, the locked ones. That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be cool. Any other questions, feel free to just send them in and we will...
Yeah.
Oh, what is the temple's use? Stay tuned for that. We will definitely...
Not today, but...
Not today. At some point, the temple is for sure going to have a use.
Yeah.
It doesn't in the alpha, it's just sort of there and it looks really cool.
I don't think it will in the beta. Well,
it might, we'll see. We'll see.
Briefly if it does.
I'm just going to state this for anyone who's just joining us right now. There is a URL that's up on the stream right now. If you go to that URL, that's going to take you to our website. We just announced this just on the stream. This is the first time we're talking about it. But you can get in on sort of an early version of the game. We're bringing back a Kickstarter tier that was very popular. You can get the game starting now for early access if you're interested in doing that. Or if you wait till December, the full game will be available for a little bit cheaper, so keep that in mind. I see Crispy Coco is asking, what programs did you use for development of Cattails? So in terms of all of the gameplay, all of the in-game art assets, I am using GameMaker Studio 1.4. It's actually a slightly older version of GameMaker than what they have out right now, but it's a program I've been using for a very long time. I really like it. I highly recommend it. And that's all the in-game art assets. That's pretty much all that stuff. I will also mention there's a Humble Bundle running for GameMaker right now if you're interested in that. It's sort of a rare event that they're doing. You can get in on GameMaker for very cheap right now. Highly recommend checking that out if game dev is something that interests you. I see Mason G saying, so no major winning the game moment since you can't capture the colonies. Yeah, so winning the game could be defined in a number of different ways for a number of different players. I think that one particular playstyle is going to be capture as much territory as possible, and we definitely want to make that an incentive. If you take over every possible tile to take over...
we're definitely going to do...
There's going to be some sort of an incentive there, but it's not the end of the game, and it's certainly not the ultimate goal of the game. If that's how you want to play it, please play it that way. That's very fun. But I know a lot of people too, their sort of winning the game is going to be having kits and raising them, or making friends with all of the cats, or making it to a certain timestamp, or beating the main story of the game, which is coming later.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of winning the game conditions, I guess, and it's sort of up to the player to decide what that is.
Yeah, I guess if you played Stardew Valley, that's kind of a good example of there is the main story that you go through. But then once you beat the main story, you're free to do a lot in the world. So it's kind of like that.
Do you have any skill upgrades that you have available?
I haven't been doing any active skills, which are like I think the active skills are really the cool ones, but I really wanted to get my hunting up.
I see a question here from Tobias Skin over on YouTube saying, I noticed a screenshot on the Falcon Develops Twitter, thanks for following, that there are certain cavern levels. Is it going to have a similar mechanic like ones in other games like Stardew Valley? And there is a mine system in Cattails. That is something that shipped with the alpha. It was an undocumented feature that we just wanted people to stumble across, but now that a lot of people have found it, there's a mine system for sure. You can go mining, and it gets more and more dangerous as you go down. It takes a lot of hunger points away from you as you're mining, so it's kind of a dangerous thing, but you can find some really cool treasures in the depths of the earth. So yeah, that's a really fun system of the game as well, trying to conquer those mines. Oh, there's Sarge there. So Becca is talking to Sarge, who is the guard of the forest colony. She is not part of the forest colony, but she's trying to become friends with the forest colony. Mm-hmm. So she's going to give these doves to Sarge and see how that works.
I can talk for a little bit if you want. I feel bad. Like I'm just kind of sitting here playing the game. Yep. But now that I say that, I have no idea what I'm gonna say. So didn't think that through. Yeah. So right now our percentage, it actually goes down a little bit every day if you aren't a part of the colony. So you have to be really diligent about gaining entrance. But
I see a question.
Oh, I accidentally gave it to Sarge's.
Oh no.
But that's okay, because I'll become Sarge's friend eventually anyways.
I see a question. Is Cattails set in our human world? Maybe. I mean, maybe it takes place on Mars. I don't know. It takes place in some world, and we're leaving it fairly open to interpretation. But
I have my own like backstories and theories.
You have your headcanon.
Yeah, I do. But I don't. As a developer, I have my own like fan fictions for this game. Yeah.
I see a question. What's the block on the world map with the pickaxe symbol? That is where the mine is. Yeah. So you can go there and start that mining system we were talking about earlier, where you can kind of like descend into the earth, get gems, and fight off nasty critters. That's where that takes place. Megudi over on YouTube. Yes, that is a new entrance to the forest colony. We opened up an extra southern entrance to the town there. Because it was just very useful to have that. Mm-hmm. That's impressive to me though, that people can like just notice those little differences. It means that you've been playing it or following it, which is awesome. We got a request that says, please, Becca, tell us what you think is the world's backstory. You want to share? Oh. I don't know. I feel weird kind of sharing. That's no, I'll share. I think that's like a post-apocalypse world or something, where humans turned into cats or something. No, the humans didn't turn into cats. But kind of like Planet of the Apes, kind of, if you're familiar with that.
except the cats didn't go to war and kill them. I don't really see that happening. But, yeah, so all of the humans died in the world. And so,
this
like,
is
that
not
abandoned...
official. I want to stress this is not official.
So, like, the abandoned college and stuff, like, all the humans are gone. And now these cats are, like, taking over the world and, like, finding the remnants of human society. And, yeah, a bunch of cool stuff. So if somebody wants to write some fanfics of that, I would totally read them. Like, please do that. That'd be so cool.
I see a couple of questions here. One is really good, and that is...
You see a couple questions, only one is good.
Well,
So
there's a lot of really good questions. Sorry, we're keeping an eye on the chat, but it's hard to answer all of them.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just lost it. Local Gold over on Twitch asks, what is the difference between giving presents to Sarge and giving them to the forest colony?
Yeah. So, giving it to the forest colony, if you can see the bottom right, the reputation with the forest colony is 13%. As I continue to raise that percentage, I will be granted access to the colony. And then if I give it to Sarge, that will actually raise Sarge's friendship with me. So, like, I can see different dialogue for Sarge and things like that.
Can I have you just press start real fast? Go into video and turn off fancy lighting. That might help a little bit.
Yeah.
I see someone asked Maxine Prime, or no, sorry, not Maxine Prime. I'm seeing Local Cold over on Twitch says that the cats are just humans in cat costumes. That is a fun theory.
I like that one too.
I have a friend who is convinced that they are all dolphins in cat costumes for whatever reason. So if that's how you want to play it, sure, they can be dolphins in cat costumes. Yeah, so whatever you think the backstory is, we're keeping it very open. Can we tame and ride horses for faster travel? That would be pretty interesting to see a cat running across the fields on a horse.
I'm really surprised that one wasn't Chris. Chris needs to get on his game he's getting shown up.
Yeah, Chris actually left a little while ago, and he left this guy Ducky in his stead. So now we're hanging out with this guy Ducky. Becca is a firefly murderer. You're not wrong, Taylor. You're not wrong. Any other questions? Feel free to send them our way, or just general comments. We're just here to hang out, basically. The whole night is just chilling with you guys. A couple of announcements. At the end of the night, we are sharing a promo code for a special cat color that we're giving out at the end of the stream. You can use that in-game starting immediately, or you can save it until the full game. You can use it whenever. It's going to unlock a special color for you whenever, basically.
Someone pointed out something really good about my theory is that the people in, like, the opening scene, are they not human? Of course not. Or no, maybe what happened, or like maybe like the apocalypse started immediately after. So like the second your cat gets dropped off at the side of the road, that's when boom, it happens. So
oh my goodness.
No, that doesn't work either.
Maxine Prime asks, what is the conversion rate between Muse and USD? And I must say, these are all excellent questions. Keep them coming, because that's a beautiful question. I don't know, but yeah, considering you don't actually interact with humans at the point that you have Muse, I don't know. I don't know, 1-to-1 maybe? Hard to tell. 1-to-1.
No, because like that. Well, I don't know.
Well, it's hard because like a mouse is like 16 Muse.
Yeah.
So like how much? Like if you were to buy a mouse, if anyone sells mice, I don't know, how much are they worth? I genuinely don't know.
I've never bought a mouse.
Had a mouse.
I've never had a pet mouse. Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a way to figure it out. Just look at like prices for animals and shells and flowers and try to compare
so if someone wants to do that, I would be interested. Like, what is...
Get a game theory channel going for Cattails. That'd be fun.
I want to sell a lot of things. I sort things in my den like this, and I really don't need to anymore because you've added this sort thing, but it's still... It's like a bad habit at this point. Like, I can just do this, so I don't know why. Fun little
tip for anyone who has access to the alpha. If you are trying to get things from your inventory into your mouth so that you can hold them and carry them around or even drop them, you can actually use what's called the tertiary key to do that automatically without even opening up your inventory. By default on keyboard, that is R, and on the controller, it is the right shoulder button.
Oh, yeah. So if you see me, like, when I want to get an item, I don't open up my inventory and then go to hold. because I'm too lazy for that. I just hit
the right
for this is right trigger.
shoulder. Yeah.
So and then it like toggles through them. So
kind of a fun little fact.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Moonsilver445 asks, are there going to be little Easter eggs in the game?
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
There's already a couple of really fun, kind of in-depth ones that some people on the forums have found. There's a whole mini-game that's hiding there in the game, and I don't really want to spoil it for anyone who's watching, but yeah, there's definitely some pretty fun Easter eggs that are in there and that are coming.
Yeah, that's something that we're really excited to do towards like the end of development too, because it's just, there's so much potential for little things in here.
Kiyoshi asks, hey guys, do you consider adding more prey? That is a good question. It's something that's at a pretty good spot right now, but it's not something that we're opposed to. We could for sure add more in the future. There's quite a bit of variety right now, though, because you've got river fish, you've got ocean fish, you've got flying animals like birds, you have mice, squirrels, rabbits, frogs, toads, turtles.
The hardest part of that whole question is like, when is a stopping point?
What is enough?
because we could literally spend the rest of our lives on this game, like for real though, just adding all the things. And so it's like, when do we?
There's so many good ideas out there.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you even prioritize? You know?
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult.
So I've been saving up my muse. I got some dough. What should I buy? I don't. Yeah. What accessory or what color do people want to see?
Hey Tom, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. So what is your strategy here? Because you have quite a bit of muse right now.
Yeah,
I'm always a fan of getting the surcoat, and I see RD is saying get the surcoat.
Okay, yeah,
and I like that. I agree with that, so I like it.
Okay, yes, please.
So Becca has bought this cute little accessory for her cat. This is new. That's coming with the beta, and it's kind of fun. There's this little surcoat on your cat.
Yeah, that's so cute. I'm glad that somebody chose that. Now I feel like worthy when I talk to Arthur. Like now I can finally become his friend.
We have a question. Thoughts on releasing Cattails on consoles or handhelds? Both really, really good ideas. Both expensive and time consuming. So it's not something we have in the plans right now.
Yeah, it's not in the plans right now. But if we do extraordinarily well, I would love to have it on I have a PlayStation 4 and I don't know, the Switch, pretty much any console. I would love to have it on that. And mobile as well would be great.
Yeah, I personally, even as the dev, I love playing Cattails, and it's just a game that basically I'm making for myself in a sense. So yeah, if I could have Cattails on my smartphone or on PS4 or something, I would be all over that.
Yeah, so if we get the opportunity to do it, we're gonna do it. But at this point, it's just not in our immediate plans. Do you really think that Jag is a good guard for this colony?
I think so. I think Jag is a great guard.
If I saw Jag, I would be like...
you would stay away. You would stay away, though.
Okay, that's fair.
At least you would.
I
would approach, because I think Jag is cool. But yeah, Jag's a little strange. He's a weird cat, that's for sure. Tatterin asked, can you get Cattails shirts anywhere? So I am wearing a Cattails shirt right now, and this is a shirt that we used to exhibit at a convention that we attended recently. It's not available right now, and that's because we haven't dealt with we haven't done shipping costs and merchandising and all that. So no, you can't. I'm sorry. Who knows? Maybe in the future. Maybe someday. If enough people like Cattails enough, maybe we'll do it.
But even people asking that question, that is so cool that
that's pretty cool.
People care enough to want to wear shirts.
Becca, can we confirm if Michael Jackson exists or has ever existed in this universe?
Ooh,
can we confirm
let me think about that one.
It's a really good question, and that's a very hard-hitting one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any reference in our game that we can make to it. I'm not coming up with anything, because that's a really good joke opportunity, and I'm just blanking. I don't know. There's no werewolves for Thriller. There's no Billie Jean.
I'm gonna say yeah. Why not? Sure, that's canon now.
Okay.
Sure, Michael Jackson existed at some point in this world. I see a couple of really, really good questions over on YouTube right now. I'm gonna try to get to 3 of them if I can. First off, Tom is asking, I know multiplayer is a super, super big thing for us to request. How unrealistic/realistic is it to implement in the game? So basically, because Cattails has been built from the ground up as a single player experience, It would be very difficult. It's not impossible. I'm not going to say that. It could come at some point. But the sheer amount of time that it would take to implement that, on top of my lack of experience developing multiplayer games, means that if we were to implement it, you guys wouldn't get the game until way, way later. Probably like a year later. I mean, it's a big, big feature request. So at the moment, we are not really seriously discussing multiplayer in any form, but it would be really cool. I agree with pretty much everyone. It would be a really, really fun thing to be able to play this. Like, if Becca could be playing this and I was there hunting with her.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
That would be pretty cool. So it would be fun, but again, it's just not something that we really can do right now with our resources. Ooh, you're getting ganged up on by the forest colony.
Yeah, and because I'm so used to playing as the forest colony, sometimes I forget, like, they're the bad guys.
A couple of other really good questions on YouTube. I see one asking, how do you make the pixel art for the NPCs? That is just done through an image editing software, which is actually part of Game Maker. It's the tool that I use to develop the game, and they have this wonderful image editor that's kind of, think like a glorified version of Paint. Somewhere between Paint and Photoshop. It's somewhere in the middle there. I really enjoy it. Some people do, some people don't. It's kind of cool. I've been using it for, I don't know, 10, 12 years now, so I've gotten very accustomed to it. But it's not something that, like, I mean, if you're interested in doing pixel art, you can use any program to do it. Literally any. You could use Paint, and that would be totally fine. I see another really good question asking, serious question for once, does Cattails work better on controller or keyboard? Which is your preferred? So it works just the same on both. That is the official answer. It totally works on both. You can play it completely with either.
I'm very biased towards controller.
We're both very biased towards controller. Yeah. It just feels good on controller. And maybe that's just a throwback, because we both really liked playing similar games to this when we were younger on consoles.
I don't know. So, I feel like the hunting mechanic in particular, because like you hold the left trigger and then you like hold the right to pounce, and it feels good. I don't know. Would recommend.
I agree. Whenever I test, I use controller all the way. It feels right. But again, if you don't have a controller, totally fine.
Yeah, you aren't really missing out if you don't. It's just our preference.
I see a question. How long will the Kickstarter last? The Kickstarter is actually over. The Kickstarter ended back in May, early May, and it's been over for 3 months now. So the Kickstarter is absolutely not going on right now. You can't get in on the Kickstarter. But what we've been talking about is that we've brought a tier from the Kickstarter, and we're offering it again, not through Kickstarter. We're just offering the same rewards. So that's what that URL is, if that helps to clear up any confusion. A very good question about storms as well, asking, will there be weather such as big storms? Yes, that is actually in the offer.
Honestly, yeah, this stream so far, I really haven't had much weather, which is actually kind of rare. Usually it's a lot more dynamic.
Yeah, Cattails has a really cool system where every day that you wake up, there's going to be different weather. It can be cloudy, it can be overcast, it can snow, it can rain at varying degrees of intensity. You can even find thunderstorms and blizzards, just all sorts of cool stuff. It can even be foggy. I mean, there's a really neat dynamic system that's built into the game there. Lots of questions about a quest system. I think it's a pretty good idea. It's one that we're still sort of debating internally, so we definitely see those suggestions. We see them a lot, but know that we see them and we're thinking them over. Yep. But we don't have anything official to talk about on that. More customization options like tailless cats, fluffier cats, scars, etc. Not at the moment, and mostly that is because the cat itself, the base model of the cat, we have built this really complex system for coloring that and making all of these cool colors like tabbies and calicos work. And every time that we change the actual base cat model, it requires us to remake all of that. And I mean, that's a huge task. So at the moment, there aren't plans to change the cat's model, but I will say there's a ton of customization options aside from that. You're going to be able to pick from tons of colors. There are literally over 100 colors available in the game right now at this exact moment. And on top of that, there's a bunch of accessories too. You see Becca wearing the surcoat right now, which is new to the beta, but there's also like collars and scarves and crowns.
And I think
really
that,
cool stuff.
Honestly, the Mystic Colony has some of the best accessories.
One in particular is the best accessory, that's for sure.
Yeah, we knew I'd be showing that today, but yeah, so you'll definitely feel like you're customizing it. It's fun.
I see a question regarding mods, that we've gotten a couple of questions regarding mods, and I mean, just to be as transparent as possible in terms of mods, it's not something that's outside the realm of possibility, but it's not something that we're planning on doing for a number of reasons. Among those being, moderating what content is out there, and just building the system itself would take a lot of time, and that time could be spent working on other systems for Cattails. So it's not impossible. It's not. I'm not saying no forever, but I am saying not now. Probably not in the full game when it releases in December.
I wonder, how many, really hardcore fans are watching this and already making, lists of, oh, Robin just really liked that Valerian.
I'm sure someone's going to have
I'll
a thread up
be
on the
impressed
forums or
if somebody does that.
What else do we have here? Is Cattails cat accessible? That's a really good question.
Ooh,
can your cat play Cattails? We had a really fun idea, and it's never coming. This is not happening. We never seriously considered it, but it would be really fun if there was a mode of Cattails that could be controlled with a laser pointer, and you just point your laser at the screen like a Wiimote or something, and it would just your cat would follow it, and that would be super fun. But
cats just go crazy.
Probably not. I do know that cats really like keyboards, though. So maybe if your cat jumps up on your keyboard...
cat on your keyboard.
Who knows? Maybe your cat will be a natural at playing Cattails. Yeah. It's a possibility. Never know till you try.
Give it a try.
Let us know. Report back.
Yeah.
I just sent some fan art just now to the email linked with the forums. Oh, thank you so much, Kiyoshi. We will definitely have to check that out. That's exciting.
Yeah, we definitely, we both grew up being, just fans of different things and things like that, on different forums and things like that. And so we will, check all of our emails and, check our messages, just so you guys know. So, and we love receiving them. And
yeah, we do read all of those.
Yeah. So, if you send us fan art, we'll see it. I don't know, I think it's so cool, because that's the type of stuff that we do.
Let's see here. A couple of things. Moonsilver445 says, thanks for the early option. You are absolutely welcome. We know we've received so many requests for bringing back an early access option to the game. And we want to get that out there. We want to be fair to everyone, so you're welcome. That's really exciting. Octopioids, or Kevin, asks, for the kits having a mix of colors from the parents, how genealogically correct will the combinations be? So they're not probably going to be that correct, and the reason for that is basically we're just looking to make the system fun and cute, and the actual biology there is really fascinating, and if you're interested in studying that, you should definitely do that, but it's not really going to be that much a part of Cattails. We're just basically going to be looking at does this parent have stripes? If so, the kit might inherit stripes, that sort of thing. We aren't animal scientists or anything in that nature. We don't have any education there. But yeah, it's super interesting stuff. It's probably just not going to be that important for Cattails, if that makes sense. Not really a focus of ours. So what are you doing right now?
Okay,
what's Sandy's goal?
So right now Sandy was working with oh no, okay. So first we were all we're going to go take over the forest colony. However, the forest colony heard about that, and so now they are pressing on our borders. So instead of us taking territory, they're really fighting back right now. So right now we're trying to defend our territory and not get beat up too much, but we aren't very strong at fighting, so we might run away. But just defending our territory. And right now you can see on the map, we're not doing very well at that. So even, our borders right here. It's not going too well, but
they're applauding you for hunting while fighting. I think that's very impressive.
Oh, I don't mess around.
And also a brilliant suggestion from Randy over on YouTube. There should be cucumbers in the game that you can place on your borders and it will scare enemies away. That would be incredible.
That would be awesome.
If you guys aren't familiar, cats are just for some reason terrified of cucumbers, and there's some really funny YouTube videos on that, so maybe that should be some watching later.
Cucumbers should totally be an item. You can just set it on the ground and then all the cats just jump back.
I see a couple of questions asking if this stream is going to be up on YouTube and or Twitch when we're done for people who missed it. Yes, it will be. It should be up on both. If it's not up on both, it'll at least be up on one. Definitely YouTube at the very least. So yeah, you'll be able to check out the stream even after we're done with it. No worries there.
I'm always, whenever I see people in the mountain domain, I'm always really scared at first because I'm forest colony blood, and so it's These are all my friends, not enemies.
Can I use a Guitar Hero controller? That's very creative, and if you figure out how to do that, let us know.
Yeah,
and, like, send us a video.
I would totally be up for that.
That would be cool. We should do a stream where we use, like, unorthodox controllers.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, if someone can set it up and send it to us, we'll do that, like a stream of we try to play Cattails.
I'd play Cattails with a guitar controller.
Yeah. Yeah, and also what I'm working towards right now is becoming friends with the forest colony, even though we're trying to take their borders at the same time. So I'm trying to bribe my way into the forest colony while taking over their territory. And I'm also I want to get the active skill, Summon Allies. So that's what I'm working towards.
That is always a useful one to have. Yeah, I think when I play, and if you guys have access to the alpha and you want to tell people your build for your cat, that would be really interesting. I find that interesting to read. But when I play, I keep Sprint, I keep Summon Allies, Return Home, and Deep Cuts. That's my loadout for my cat. All 4 of those skills. I use it for mining, basically, because I really, really like the mine system that's in the game. And it also works pretty well in combat scenarios.
Yeah. I know a lot of people really like the Return Home skill. I personally never use it. And the reason being is I like taking over the territory and taking over the map. And just by walking in a tile, you gain a little bit of percentage for your colony. So like you can see here, like we're already starting to get like some territory just because I've been walking in those tiles. And so like I'll try to do like a loop in a day and like go around and like touch every tile. And you can't do that if you return home. But then for other people, like that's their favorite skill. So it's just really interesting to us to see how different people play and like what they're interested in. So yeah, let us know. I think that's really interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Again, thanks to you guys just for watching our stream, because it's really exciting.
Really weird I think it's weird kind of that like people care enough to like.
I think it's so cool. I mean, cool. Like your guys' support means the world to us, literally. Yeah. I mean, you know, after the Kickstarter and all that, you know, I get to work on this full time, and that is so cool because I love this game and I love this community, and yeah, I mean, just thank you guys for everything you've done for Cattails, for all you're continuing to do to support our development. It's really, really appreciated. They're wanting you to talk to some of the cats that you come across if you run into cats in your colony.
Oh, if these guys aren't on my colony, I was like, going to go. You told me that. I'm like,
hey guys,
Stripes. I'm gonna go talk to Stripes. No.
Stripes doesn't really want to talk right now. He has some other things in mind.
Oh, okay. I'm actually really curious what's gonna happen.
No.
But am I gonna crash the game if I talk to Scout?
No, you can talk to Scout. It works fine.
I was curious because I'm not a member of the forest colony,
right.
So
Sarge might not be happy, but you can talk to him.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna become friends with him. I'm gonna give him gifts. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have. Okay, so I'm part of the mountain colony. I'm going to try to become best friends with Scout and eventually marry Scout, even though he's in the forest colony. And even though I don't have access to the colony, maybe I can go like find him out hunting and become like his friend, like a secret relationship.
You should try that. And I'll also state that you could do that for both Scout and Lyris, because both of them live outside the camp.
Outside. Yeah. Oh, I'm hyped now. I have a mission.
Pretty exciting.
I'm gonna be playing this for like we thought this was a stream for 2 hours. No, this is gonna be. I'm gonna be up until like 4 a.m. We're gonna get Scout.
Gonna become Scout's best friend ever. Mm-hmm. Well, you keep talking to Scout. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah. Oh, you can have some of my water. I've been over here just doing whatever I want while he handles all of you guys. Yeah, Scout is definitely one of my favorites right now, and it seems like his buddies do not like me trying to talk to him. In fact, I think he might actually be trying to fight me now too, but he seems to be cool with me talking to him and giving him gifts. I don't know how we're gonna handle that in the future, but yeah, because Scout's trying to attack me right now, I think.
You shouldn't.
I don't know.
Scout can't attack.
Oh, well, maybe he's just.
Oh, there's.
Oh no, he's just walking towards me.
Stripes looks a lot like Scout.
But Stripes, yeah, these two are definitely his buddies were trying to attack me.
Maybe that's Scout's like brother.
Okay, Scouts, let's become best friends before you go in the colony, because then I won't be able to talk to you.
There you go.
Goodness, he's giving me some nice facts about Valerian and.
You're just trying to give him stuff. I mean, yeah, give him Valerian. You just mentioned it, right?
Yeah.
That's real nice of you. Oh.
Okay, I think I might have. Oh, why didn't I give him catnip?
You can do it. No. Sarge isn't gonna be happy with you.
Sarge caught me.
Sarge, that's not nice.
It's okay, Scout. We're meant for each other.
Someone's shipping you with Sarge. Sandy X Sarge, they say. A lot of people are saying
Sarge is jealous.
Scout is best cat. Scout is my waifu. Yes, I'm fully on board Team Scout.
I think that Sarge is just jealous. That's why he's trying to break up our relationship.
We had a poll over on Twitter over who the best cat was to marry that's part of the forest colony, and Scout did win, so take that, Lyris and Missy fans.
Oh, I really like Missy too. I actually might like Missy a little bit better than Scout, honestly.
There's a really fun Twitter account that someone made that's just Missy, like Missy from Cattails, but a Twitter account, and I think that's awesome, and I have no idea who made it, but I follow them.
Yes, we have access.
Alright, so Sarge is saying, I suppose at this point we can let you into our town. I don't see any harm in it. Just watch what you're doing. We'll be keeping a close eye on you.
Yeah, so let's see what the cats have to say about this.
Yeah, so Becca has now become high enough in reputation with the forest colony that Sarge is going to let Becca into their borders.
I wonder if Missy will even say anything different. She'll probably treat me exactly the same way. Who are you and what do you want from me? Look, you don't know me and I don't know you, so let's get one thing straight. I'm Missy and I'm the most important cat in the forest. Got it?
Classic Missy.
Now leave me be. You're wasting my time.
Missy squad over here. Someone's starting the Missy squad over on YouTube.
Yeah, let's go Missy.
Someone is asking about glowing mushrooms. There are glowing mushrooms in the game. You can't take them back to your den or pick them up, but they are out there. They're in the woods. You can find them. And then someone asked, will you be able to become mates with Scout? Yes. Yes, you will. So they say, if so, I'm a scream. So go ahead and start screaming because, yeah, Scout is definitely one of the marriage-eligible cats.
Yeah. Yeah, so here you can see I'm talking to Mare, and like Mare is the leader of the forest colony. So what he's telling me is like mind that you stay clear of the border skirmishes on your way back to your colony. They get a little chaotic, and so like the cats realize that you're a visitor, like you aren't a part of the forest colony.
Right, you're kind of like not really invading. You're just visiting.
No, like they let me. They trust me because I've given them a lot of gifts. And
that being said, though, the fighter cats of this colony, if they find Sandy out in the wild in their territory, they're still going to try to shoo Sandy off. So you still have to be careful in the forest colony's territory. Can you marry any cats eventually? So you can definitely marry cats eventually. You can't marry any cats. You can see when you talk to the cats, if they have that sort of blue shield in the bottom right, they are not marriage eligible. You see that like Mayor has right now, that sort of blue shield. If they have a heart down there, then they are marriageable. So that is Missy, Lyris, and Scout right now in this particular colony. Yeah, so you see that black heart right there. That means that Missy is marriage eligible, but she is not romantically interested in the player yet.
Yeah.
Anime waifu Missy fan art. I want to see that.
We totally just coordinated that drink. You can tell that we're married. Just like that.
I see Pika Does Art asks, playing the alpha right now. Will more updates be coming soon? Yeah, the beta is coming in October, early October. That is what Becca is playing right now, and that is going to be the next update for the game that's going to be available. And when that launches, you're going to have...
We should specify, like, this is early beta. Like, this isn't the full...
This is like half the
so
beta.
Much more.
But everything you're seeing that Becca is doing, that's going to be part of the beta. You're going to have access to that in October, in addition to a lot of other really cool stuff, like hopefully the marriage system and the dating system and the kitten system.
Yeah.
But yeah, October is the next update for the game. Right now, the alpha is just going to remain as it is until October.
Yeah.
And just to give you some insight into why we're doing it that way, we really want the updates to be sizable, we want them to be major, and we want to make sure that if you are coming back to playing the game after taking a bit of a break, that there's enough stuff for you to do that you're going to be able to play it and enjoy it again just as if you were playing it fresh for the first time. We're not... I know some games will have like weekly updates or whatever, and that's fine, and that's great, and a lot of games do very good with that, but to me, it just feels like, you know, if I'm not going to play it every week, you know? I would rather there be like sizable updates, and so that's our strategy with that. And on top of that, just building the game for all the platforms that it's available for, because we have a Mac build, a Linux build, and a Windows build. It's a lot of overhead on our part. It takes a lot of time, and then getting that all uploaded through Steam just takes a lot of time. So we don't really want to take all that time out of our development cycle when we could be using it to build more awesome features for you guys.
And I guess this stream really isn't mean to like rub it in your face, like, look, we get to play. It's more of a, guys, we're working on this. It's going to be incredible.
Right.
Like,
trying to build some hype for the beta, because that's coming in October. We're very excited about it. We can't wait to see what you guys think of it once it's available. We have Tia Confident asking, wait, is it out yet? No, Cattails is still very much so in development.
See, I think that we should just let people handle those, because you guys,
if anyone,
in the comments,
if anyone in the
you
comments
go get
wants
them.
to handle that,
you go get them, because
but
that's
Tia,
just
that's a very good question. It's coming in December, basically. That's the simplest way to answer it.
Yeah.
We're just playing an early beta copy that we happen to have on our developer computers.
Yeah.
Octopioids over on Twitch. That's really good art. I like that. And I see that's the Lynx Point Siamese in there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, okay, I missed that firefly. It was the yellow one.
So what is Sandy up to now? What is Sandy doing on this seventh day of summer?
Oh, it is the 7th day of summer.
I'm saying that because the people on Twitch can't actually see what day it is. So
they can't?
I apologize for that. Our faces are sort of cutting it out.
Sandy's drowning. No, she's
no,
okay.
Sandy. Be careful.
Yeah, I'm heading back to my colony, and I think tomorrow I'm going to go into the mines and work on that a little bit.
To buy a skin, this bundle is going to be available till the full game releases. At that time, you'll be able to purchase through Steam.
Yeah, I don't... When you said I didn't like Luna earlier, I just don't like her face. That's horrible. This is gonna sound so bad. She's an awesome person. I actually relate to her dialogue quite a bit. But, yeah, like, personality-wise, she's actually probably one of my favorites. But, yeah, I call her Moonhead. I'm not a great person.
That's very rude. Don't call cats Moonheads. If you have a cat, don't call your cat Moonhead. That's very mean. Becca's just mean.
Yeah. And maybe Pebble has a little bit more of a moonhead than she does. So really, I'm being... Oh.
J-Kun Wolf over on Twitch asks, hey, this is probably very obvious. Are there save slots? And if so, how many?
Yeah.
Yes, we want to make sure that if you have Cattails, you can play that and have, siblings play it, have friends play it as well. So there are 5 save slots. That should be enough for you to have a cat in every colony, plus a few more.
Okay, I'm sorting through this stuff, and then I realized, oh wait, I don't need to sort through this stuff. It's just a habit at this point. Like, honestly, that's gonna be like my favorite thing about the beta releases.
Being able to sort, yeah, it's very nice.
I'm just leaving this here because we're going to go to the mine, so I don't want to take up the pocket space.
Oh my goodness, I wish, Logo Gold, I wish that I could answer your question with yes. Logo Gold asks, do you have cats? If so, who? I'm afraid not.
Yeah, we actually don't have a cat right now, so that's a huge bummer in our life. After Cattails does well. And the main reason for that is just our apartment rent goes like through the roof if you have animals. So
yeah, we would love to have a cat though. So
Yeah, that's
why Cattails
we get so close. You have no idea how close we get to buying a cat on a daily basis. Like literally daily, we'll talk about it. Like how much better life would be.
There's a cat cafe in our city that like ships in kittens every
first Tuesday of the month. If you're in the Indianapolis area, first Tuesday of the month.
We're using all of our willpower not to attend that because we would probably go crazy and adopt all the kittens.
Like 5 of them.
That would not be good.
Yeah, we're crazy cat people, but we don't own a cat, so that's kind of weird, I guess.
Will there be, Tobias Skin
Okay,
over
okay.
on YouTube says, will there be more colonies in the future or an anti-colony? Not sure what you mean by anti-colony, but yes, there will be more colonies. There's going to be 3 major colonies in the final game. One that you have not seen in the stream, that is the Mystic Colony. They live southeast of where Becca is playing right now. And then you will be able to create your own colony in the final game. That's not coming anytime soon, but it is going to come in the final game because we hit that Kickstarter stretch goal. You can make your own, and you can make that however you want, wherever you want. So,
yeah,
definitely.
and that's something like we're definitely... I know that we don't talk about it much, but we definitely have been planning for it. And even like with the map design, like there's some like corners, like different areas that we really keep that in mind because we want to be able to like place your colony in different areas. And so like it's something that throughout development, although you don't really see anything now, like we are keeping it in mind for the future and working towards that. So don't worry about it. Yeah.
I think Becca was just in the Highlands, which is actually a new region that has not really been shown very much. I think there was one screenshot on my Twitter or something. This is a new sort of area of the world called the Highlands. It's very close to the Mountain Domain, and it's coming very soon in the beta when that launches in October. Sort of, you see it, these pine trees, fallen logs, lakes, and just sort of higher up elevation areas. But it's kind of a neat one. There's definitely some neat places that you could potentially build your own colony once that feature is available in the game. Personal favorite area of mine.
Okay, so
Get that butterfly.
I'm gonna be showing people a bad habit that I have. So we're going into my goal is to go into the mines, right? But I don't want this in my inventory space, so I'm just gonna make a pile right here on the ground. I know.
Oh no! You could bring it back to Delta and sell it.
No, I'll come back and get it though.
Oh no! It's like a little cache.
Yeah, so hopefully none of the other cats will come get it, but no. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that on the ground there for now.
I see a question, will the stream be up after it's over for people who couldn't watch it? Yes, it should be archived on both YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, so you can go make fun of us later. It's fine. Have fun.
Icepelt Wolfie asks, will everyone be able to play the beta, or just those who back the Kickstarter? Just those who back the Kickstarter, and anyone who buys our early access package from the link that is on the stream right now, those will also have access to the beta. And I mean, to be completely transparent with that, there's basically 2 reasons. First off, we want most people to experience the full game. We want them to get the full experience because it's going to be the best value for your money. It's going to be the best experience all around if you jump into it when it's complete and polished. And also because, I mean, we're still developing the game and we're just an independent studio, so it really supports us if you do pick up that beta package. So that's kind of how that's going to work. But again, it's going to be available starting in December for everyone on Steam. It's going to be $15 at that time. Oh my goodness, we got some fan art from this guy Ducky, and I'm going to check that out because I'm extremely excited. I really hope that it's what I think it is. If it's not related to Donkey Kong in some way, I'll be disappointed. Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful fan art.
Yeah, I wish there was a way that we could like stream that to people or like post it somewhere. That's gorgeous.
I might have to show this on my Twitter or something. That is a beautiful piece of fan art.
Did he really make that?
Like it's like
I'm
the old
impressed.
masters, really. It's like looking
you
at a
need to
Da
show
Vinci
that
right now. It's beautiful.
Good job. Man,
Local Gold
artists.
asks, will you get the Kickstarter colors if you get the beta now? No. The Kickstarter exclusive colors are Kickstarter exclusive, as the name implies, and those are the only thing that you don't get if you buy the early access package. You don't get the Kickstarter color or the deluxe Kickstarter color. Those were just for Kickstarter backers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so right now in the gameplay, we are meeting Molu, which is one of the 3 mole brothers, and he runs the Prairie Quarry. I really like saying that. I really just wanted to announce that so I can say Prairie Quarry.
Prairie Quarry.
Prairie Quarry.
This is new. The Prairie Quarry's new.
Prairie Quarry. Say that 3 times fast.
Prairie Quarry. That is hard. You guys should all try that because it seems a lot simpler than it is. Prairie Quarry, Prairie Quarry, Prairie Quarry. There we go.
Good job.
Kiyoshi, I just saw your fan art. That is super cute. It's actually a picture of Sandy. I am going to tweet that out right now because that is really awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so pretty much what Molu is telling me, if you're not familiar with the mine system, is I can go into the mine, break rocks, and then bring back gems in order to get mole cash, which is shown by the blue, and by my muse. Yeah, and by getting Mole Cash, you can get some items that you can only get through the Mole Brothers. And he also warned me that you get really hungry with all the hard work that you're doing, and you have to watch out for bats, which will attack you. We get to go lower into the mine. Each mine has 100 levels at this point. Yeah, and then it's really hard because sometimes, like, with other games, like on my other streams, I can just like talk about gameplay in the game. So then I start, like, with Cattails, start thinking about like all like the programming that went behind it. This, I don't know, the mine is so cool because it is like every level is generated. So like
it's different every time. It's different
for every, yeah.
It's kind of a cool feature of that. We have a question. Is there a conversion rate between Muse and Mole Cash? And I don't know if it's a serious question, but if it is, yes, there's a serious answer. There kind of is. If you get deep enough into the mine, you're going to find a rest level, that's what we're calling them, where you don't have to fight anything, you don't have to mine rocks, and there's just going to be a vendor there. And if you talk to the vendor, you can purchase things for Muse. And some of those things are gems. So you could purchase gems using your Muse at that vendor, and then bring them back up to the mine overseer mole and trade those gems for Mole Cash. I don't have an exact figure for what that conversion rate is, but it is an option. Someone's asking, there should be a special claw extension that helps you to break the rocks. Something really cool is that some of the active skills actually help you in the mines. In particular, deep cuts, I think, is an area of effect skill.
I don't have enough.
If you're using that in combat, it puts a bleed, which is a damage over time effect, onto your enemies. But if you're using it in the mines, it will destroy all the rocks around you at a certain radius. So some of those skills do have a secondary purpose in the mines. Really good idea there.
Yeah, so definitely if you get active skills, just try them out in different scenarios, see what happens.
Yeah. I see Wolfgamer1940 says, I have some Sandy fan art coming, and that's really exciting. Thank you so much. We're looking forward to seeing that. So you are on level 3 of the mine.
Yeah, and
not
I'm already
terribly deep yet.
I'm not very deep into the mine, and I'm already getting hungry, so I'm not...
Do you have any food?
Just a little bit.
Okay, a little bit. If you sort it, it actually brings all your food stuff to the very top, which is useful.
Yeah. So, and these are food, but they aren't that much.
Looks like you could use some more inventory space.
Yeah,
That'd
I don't
be
have...
helpful. Ooh, that got lucky there.
I haven't been spending my money wisely.
Moonwing9966 on YouTube asks, how many kits can you have, or kittens can you have in the game? I don't want to go into specifics, but we hope more than one.
Yeah.
And we're planning on more than one.
And they will not all look the same way, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, we hate confirming things that we don't have finished. Like, we had the vision for them, like, we are 99.9% sure that's what we're going to do, but it's like, questions like those are really hard to answer sometimes.
Yeah, we want to make sure that people know what our plans are, but we also don't want to disappoint anyone if those plans end up changing for any reason.
Yep.
Where do you send fan art? There are 2 emails listed on our website, or you can send it directly to cattailsgame@gmail.com.
Or tweet at us if you follow us on Twitter.
Or you can tweet at us. You can tweet either at cattailsgame or to Falcon Develops, which is my personal developer Twitter. If any of you guys want to follow those, go for it. And if you ever tweet at me, I do see those, and I usually reply to them, and we have a lot of fun over there. But yeah, I definitely recommend at the very least, give a follow to Cattails Game on Twitter. That way you will get announcements when stuff like this is happening, like this live stream. You're also going to stay up to date with all the latest Cattails news.
Yep.
Tia Confident asks, was the Cattail mine inspired from the Stardew Valley mines? They look alike and seem similar. Not actually Stardew Valley. Actually, we have a similar source of inspiration. The Cattails mines were inspired by the Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town mines, which is a game that I played a ton growing up, and I know it was a major inspiration for Stardew Valley. So they both spring from a similar source, and that's why they're similar, but Cattails mines weren't inspired directly by Stardew Valley, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Stardew Valley is a little bit more like combat-y, or like the combat is very different in Cattails. But I always love it when people talk about Stardew Valley though, because that's one of my favorite games.
It's really fun. That's a good game. You guys should definitely go and support that developer as well.
Yep.
If you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. We are just hanging out, basically, having a nice casual chill time with you guys, and if Yeah.
Yeah, and we still
want.
are going to reveal a coat color or a color, cat color.
That is coming. That is coming at some point. Again, we don't actually know how long the stream is going, but sometime towards the end, we're going to reveal a promo code. Yeah. You can use that at any time, either in the alpha, the beta, or in the finished game to unlock a special color.
I really like how like the rocks here always look like hands, like something like, I don't know, coming up.
Kiyoshi, I just posted your fan art to the Cattails game Twitter. It should just be at Cattails game. And again, thank you for that. It's super cute.
I know. We love the music for this game, which is saying something because of how much we've heard it. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've heard this song, and I'm still not, like, I'm not annoyed by it, which is, I feel like that's just really what a game soundtrack should be. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see how many hours I've heard this song. Like,
yeah, if real life had statistics and you could pull it up, that would be interesting. I see a really good question regarding the music, actually. Yeah. Meowity over on YouTube asks, I absolutely adore the soundtrack. How long does it take for your composer to make the music? And I'm not the composer, so I don't have an exact answer for that, but we have been working very closely with our composer. Our composer's name is Tormod Garvin. You can check out his SoundCloud page. He has some previews of the Cattails soundtrack. He's phenomenally talented.
Yeah,
and
really
just
good.
Made really good stuff for Cattails. But I would say, it's so hard because he is so good at pumping out this really good music that, like, we'll go to him and ask him, like, hey, we have, this mine and we need music for this mine. And that's getting music. It doesn't have it right now. It'll have it later. And he'll be like, okay, like, let me whip something up. And then he'll, like, whip up, like, 3 separate tracks, and they're all, like, incredible. Yeah. And then, like, make us decide. And it's like, oh, my goodness. Yeah. I don't want to decide this. It's incredible.
Yeah, all of them.
But, yeah, he actually works pretty fast. And, oh, man. Because we started working with him back in February. And he has made, like, 40 minutes of the 45 minutes at this point. So really, really good stuff and very polished stuff. I see a couple of questions. Who made the music? I'm just going to post the link.
Yeah, you should post a link on there. Yeah, check out his SoundCloud. He has some really cool stuff that he's been working on. Yeah,
if you guys use SoundCloud, you should give him a follow, and you should also check out his previews of the Cattails soundtrack, because it's good stuff. You'll hear a lot more of what you're hearing right now, but sort of in a more condensed form there. So I'm going to post that over on both of the places. And if you go to that link, you should find it.
I can't afford anything.
You have 15 mole cash. That's amazing.
And I'm starving now, so
the mines are
really
definitely
hard.
Something you have to invest in. You know?
I was not ready. I'm not leveled high enough to do that.
Octopioids over on Twitch says, Tyler, tell us more about your Coco. Favorite memory? And, that's a really good question, and a really sweet one, too. I had Coco when I was pretty young. Probably early elementary school, I would say. And I adored that cat. Some of my favorite memories are, we had a ping pong table in our basement, and whenever me and my siblings would be playing ping pong, Coco would love to jump up on the table and just lay right on the net. And then anytime that the ball would go over, basically just try to, like, swipe it out of the midair and just stop you from playing ping pong. And, it was kind of annoying because you couldn't play ping pong, but it was super cute too, so you couldn't get mad. But, yeah, Coco is the best. So I had to put a tribute to Coco into the game. That's the cat that you meet during the tutorial, for anyone who's unfamiliar, is based on my actual cat Coco that I had growing up.
I'm getting a little bit concerned about the well-being of Sandy right now. Okay, we caught a mouse, so we're okay. Oh, and I had something in my pocket. I had food in my pocket the whole time.
You have a lot of food.
I do that all the time, where, like, I'll think, oh no, it's like, but I don't know. I'm really bad at keeping track.
Lots of questions about dogs right now.
Okay. I'll answer the dog question. Okay. I love dogs. Well, there's no dogs in the game at this point.
Not right now.
Not yet. I'm still kind of honestly undecided if we're going to have dogs.
It's another one of those things where we don't really want to say too much because we don't want to disappoint anyone if we promise it one way or another.
Yeah.
Not at the moment, there are no dogs.
And I feel like dogs are always portrayed as the bad guys, and I love all animals. Like, I love dogs and I love cats. So, yeah, like, if we did, like, put them in the game, like, I wouldn't want them to just be, like, an enemy. because I had a dog growing up and a cat, and so I don't know. I'm not sure about that yet.
Do you want to talk about your cat at all and some of the inspirations that came through in Cattails on that?
My cat is Missy growing up. 100%.
Named a little differently, but yeah.
Yeah.
Much the same.
Yeah. My cat's name was actually Princess, but it was a white cat, and it was exactly like Missy. Like, no, I don't know. If you've played the game and you've talked to Missy, you've met my cat.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And she was like a jealous cat too. So like I would like want to like sit on my mom's lap or something, and like Princess would like come over and like push me off. Like I was like she was kind of like the mean older sibling or something.
So it's perfect for Missy.
Yeah, I already had one, so now I get to know.
So now you guys have to put up with that, you know.
Yeah.
We're just putting it in the game so that you guys have to see what Becca had to deal with. Will you be able, Tia Confident asks, will you be able to use a controller, a mouse and keyboard, or both? Both. There's full support for controller, there's full support for mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, and I think it's nice you can switch at any time, so like...
Yeah, like Becca right now could just jump in.
Yeah.
And, so right now she's using keyboard and mouse.
Now I'm using keyboard and mouse, you can't really see it, but yeah, I just switch over, and then I'll be like, no, I want to do this. So, I mean, yeah, you can do either, and it's pretty good at like detecting, I'd say. I haven't had any issues with it, so... Okay, what to do?
What really inspired both of us to start developing Cattails? That is a good question.
Yeah. I kind of want to tell like the whole Cattails story.
Yeah, go for it.
You should play for a while.
Okay,
I'm
gonna take over. I'm gonna be Sandy.
You be Sandy.
I'm totally gonna become friends with Arthur.
Yeah, I already got him a 3 stars. I've been doing pretty good trying to like.
He likes rabbits. You don't have any rabbits.
Yeah.
That's sad. I'll give him some.
So how Cattails kind of came about. Yeah, so in May of last year, Tyler was just hanging out in his dorm room, and he like loves programming. We're both programmers, and he loves making games. Oh, I left the mouse. I left the mouse on there, so it's like.
Yeah, ignore that.
Sorry, that wasn't a bug. That was me putting the mouse in a bad spot. Yeah, so Tyler's been making games. I would say, and since he was like 8, because he would
since I was 10 probably.
Because he would like
they weren't very good back then.
He would make even like PowerPoint presentations where you would click on like the different areas of the PowerPoint, and it would like go through like a story adventure game. So we're talking like even like a long time ago. So like if you're like a kid watching this stream, like don't be afraid to just mess around with what you have and make a game out of it. I think that's so fun.
Just jump in there.
Yeah.
There's so many good tools out there nowadays too that I mean honestly neither of us grew up with, and it's easier than ever to jump in and see what you can do.
Yeah, like he had to use PowerPoint, but you guys can do it. Yeah, and so he's always done game development, and then when I was a kid, I decided that when I grew up, I was going to work at Nintendo because I just love playing video games. I didn't really think ahead to like the software, like the actual like game development until college. I was like, well, what do I want to do? So I decided computer science. So you like learn programming and stuff. But Tyler really had more of a background in game development. He actually made a fan game that some of you guys might be familiar with for his little sister, who was really into the Warrior Books series. And so he created Warrior Cat's Untold Tales, which some of you guys might have heard of.
He didn't like that.
Oh,
what do
you give him?
I gave him, it was a butterfly, I think.
Okay.
He really didn't like that. Sorry.
Yeah, write that down, guys.
Butterflies. Don't give Arthur
butterflies.
I made a mistake.
Yeah, so he made that fan game for her, and that was like before he even like really knew how to program, and so like honestly like the games are not comparable at all. Like he's gone so
very, very different.
Yeah, he's gotten so much better. And then just like as a hobby, made a couple Android games. So like Knights of Ira was one.
Right.
Like,
made a simple tactics strategy game, and then a little runner game that was loosely inspired by Flappy Bird because I got into that hype.
And that was all using the software Game Maker Studios. So, and like he's mentioned it before, like you can get it on Humble Bundle for like $15 right now, which is a huge sale.
Yeah, just this week. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if you're interested in game development, check it out. Yeah, and so Cattails itself, he was sitting in his dorm room and just got really bored and was thinking about like mechanics for games, and was like, I really think it'd be cool if there was like a hunting mechanic. I feel like I'm kind of putting words in your mouth, but I was like there for it. I was there for it, so I can do that, right?
Yeah, and then actually that was the first thing too, was the hunting system. I sort of fleshed that out, and I'm like, this is really fun. This could be a full game. So I kind of worked from the hunting system and then expanded outward. So it started with hunting, and then it moved on to making the world bigger, and then I started throwing in these other cat NPCs you're interacting with, and pretty soon it was a game.
Yeah, and it was really good too, like just like a starting, just for little stuff. And then at that point I was taking a lot of business classes. We met like the first week of college, like we knew each other through all of college and all that.
Right.
But I decided to take some business classes. And through that, I heard about a business plan competition that was happening, and I was like, Tyler, you're working on this game as a hobby, and I've been like practicing making business plans for my classes. Is it cool if I like make a business plan for Cattails? Which I don't even know if we had the name Cat. I think we like had just gotten the name.
Literally within the past month had come up with the name Cattails.
Come up with the name, and it really at that point we were thinking like it'll just be like a nice little another side project because he's done like just little things in the past. I'd be like, yeah, just.
We were like, maybe if they're nice, they won't throw us out.
Yeah, and we were thinking about like, okay, and it was like an actual like professional, but it wasn't through the college. It was like through the city that we were living in, and we're like, well, maybe they won't laugh at us, and maybe they'll let us actually come to the business plan competition. That'd be pretty cool. And there's like a money prize for it too, and so like a pretty big one. And so we're like, oh, there's no way. And so there's summon allies.
I equipped that for you.
Yeah. I forgot to equip it.
Luna, you're not Luna.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm distracting your story.
Yeah,
you
I have to think about the story.
I'm just gonna talk
so we entered in this business plan competition, which was insane because we didn't think we would actually be allowed to present there. And we're very casual, laid-back people. This was like you had to dress up like business formal event, like we were
gonna wear these T-shirts that we had just printed.
We like got these T-shirts,
and they were like, no, this is a suit and tie event.
Yeah, it was like a suit and tie event.
Okay, whatever.
That morning was actually crazy because okay,
there we go.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was close. Sorry.
Yeah. Like I think a little fun fact about that. I think like you realized you didn't have like fancy pants or whatever to wear for it, and so like went to like
that morning, an hour before the event, I bought fancy pants
ran to the store and got some like like we're not professional people. We're just a couple. I don't know. We're just a couple of nerds. So like we had to like get like all this professional, like print out like these really nice folders, like business plan thing, and like actually ended up like winning this competition, which is just insane. And
hey, I got you covered. Octopioids. Don't worry, I got you. Go ahead.
I don't know. I get distracted so easily. Yeah, so we won this business plan competition. Like, well, let's actually do this. Like, let's actually make like, let's not have this be a hobby. Let's actually like have this be like an indie game. Like, let's actually make this a business. Like Falcon Development, the business, which is kind of scary. Like,
it was scary. It was weird.
Yeah, it's really weird, and especially something that like a lot of the people who are close to us and like really know us, they're like, oh, like you're gonna stay home and play make video games, like that's weird. Like that was something we were really worried about, honestly, is like what will our family and friends think of that. Like they're
very supportive,
and it was actually really, really positive, all the feedback we got. And then the Kickstarter went tremendously well, and so here we are doing this live stream, like playing a game which we've created, which is just incredible.
Yeah,
like we don't.
It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, we're just a couple of losers who know how to program and
really like cats. That's the other big thing.
We like video games, and here we are. So it is really.
This is our life
weird.
now.
Yeah, this is our life.
Which is super cool, weird. And that's thanks to you guys.
Yeah,
we can't say thank you enough because it's super awesome.
So that's kind of the story of Cattails. How we got here.
Now we're here. Now we're making the game. Hoping to release it in December.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Leo.
I just quoted Kanye. I apologize. I really should apologize.
That requires.
I feel like I can go like rinse out my mouth.
Apology.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically just talking to the mountain domain cats right now, just getting a feel for who they are, letting you guys see some dialogue and sort of get to know them. The 3 dateable cats, which is kind of an interesting question, in the mountain colony. Oh, I guess I haven't found Jag yet. Where's Jag at? But the 3 dateable are Arthur, Robin, and Pebble. Those are the 3 dateable. So there's that orange tabby, the calico, and the solid gray one. Those are all dateable. Mm-hmm. Where are you, Jag? You just like ran away from me. Come back.
Yeah.
There you are.
Okay, so right now you're making sure to talk to all the cats.
Yeah, basically. I'm just showing off, this is our new domain. This is exciting. It's just like the forest colony. You can do everything you can do in the forest colony here in the mountain domain. I guess maybe, speaking of the forest colony, I should go down there and maybe try to get some more reputation with them, because I'm sitting at 26%, which is good, but yeah, we could always use some more friends around the forest, isn't that right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh no,
and remember I said that I wanted to become best friends with Scout. And now that I have access into the colony, you don't have to like be all sneaky about it,
But now I'm Sandy, and I get to make the decisions.
Oh no.
But yeah, I like Scout, so I'm on board with that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go befriend Scout. I'm gonna go give Scout all the fancy, expensive stuff. Any good questions over in chat?
Let's see. Just really funny comments. I love you guys. It's great. You have to focus on keeping the.
Sorry,
I get the fun job. Now I get the fun job, and you have to keep Sandy alive. Yeah.
Come back! I lost that one. All right, we're gonna find some food here because Sandy is not looking too great. Sandy's getting a little bit hungry, and I think especially rabbits are a good catch because if I don't need them for food, I can give them to Arthur, who is my secret waifu right now.
Yeah, so a question, could we see the Mystic Colony? We probably aren't going to show it in the stream today, mostly because we want to want it to be really exciting for people who get the beta. And also it's kind of under construction a little bit. I mean,
it's about 90% complete. There are some little things that are still being worked on, and one of the NPCs is still being worked on.
Whoa, your cat just flew.
Yeah.
I never even tried jumps like that, but I guess it was good to get across the water.
Yeah, I figure if I can pounce across the river, that's probably a good thing, because poor Sandy only has 1 in swimming right now. What should we upgrade here?
Well,
I'm thinking fighting is good if you want to go to the mines.
Yeah, she's really bad
Sandy
at fighting.
Is slow.
Yeah.
Hunting or fighting for this next point, too. Probably fighting. That's what I'm leaning towards. What do you think?
Hunting or fighting for now.
Alright, we'll do fighting, and then we'll do hunting, too, if we have it.
Yeah. Foraging is really, really beneficial in the mines as well, though, because if you lose a lot of health, if you have a higher foraging, then the herbs will do more for you, heal more.
Sandy, you're not a very good swimmer.
I'm glad you upgraded swimming there.
I don't think I did. No, I didn't at all.
Oh, never mind.
Sandy's still just as bad as she was a moment ago. No worries there. Not a very strong swimmer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's totally okay. We're gonna catch this frog. I'm gonna do anything it takes to catch this frog.
I don't know, maybe you should save some of your experience up and get another active skill, because right now we only have 2 active skills.
That's true. It's so tricky though, because if you want to go into the mines, you really have to have a really strong build for your cat. You gotta have a lot of fighting for sure, and a lot of foraging.
Yeah.
And probably some inventory
I don't know
slots.
if you want to get that bunny, though.
I want to get that bunny.
You might get stuck in the water.
Arthur likes bunnies.
Oh no, I don't want to watch this.
Oh no. Sandy! Sandy! It's okay.
Oh, okay.
We're all good. Baron is here, too.
Baron's there to beat you up.
What are you doing here? Oh, I guess it's not our territory.
No, but they're...
But if we use this lavender, we might... Yeah, we're... Okay, it's still not ours, but maybe if I defeat Baron here.
Defeat Baron and...
Come here, Baron. Maybe if I defeat you, I'll get a little bit more power here. I love this sort of smooth combat music that's playing right now. It's one of my favorite tracks in the game.
My favorite music in the game is actually the winter themes. So if you guys have played it to winter, I could just sit there and listen to the winter music.
Winter's
for hours.
really good. It's got that smooth piano.
And that's something I'm usually not very picky with our composer, but I had a conversation with him before he started winter, and I'm like, look, most games, if you guys have played Stardew, well, I don't want to trash games, but Harvest Moon games, which I love, just a lot of games that have seasons, the winter themes are so incredibly boring, and they make me just want to stop playing the game.
See, I personally love them. I like those sort of slow waltzes. I hate those.
They're so... It's it's winter, everything's dead, the music's slow now,
We went for a more upbeat approach.
Yeah, Tormod did an incredible job, I love it, so good.
I see some comments about the original soundtrack. That is coming probably as soon as the beta ships in October. So that's going to be available very soon. If you get in on the early access bundle, you are going to get the soundtrack as soon as it ships. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
And of course, the soundtrack is still going to be available when the game releases. It's part of the deluxe edition.
Yep. So Sandy right now is noticing it's getting a little bit late, and I think that means that we should probably turn towards home. It would be very nice if we had the return home skill, because that would mean that we could just, warp back home, and that would be super swell because it would mean we could stay out later. Oh, I got that mouse, that's good. I was getting a little hungry there. But we don't have it, and that's not something that we can really afford right now because we only have 12 experience and we need 100, so maybe that's something that we can save up and look forward to. Hey Jag, I'll say hi to you before I head into my den. Yep. One question is, if you sprint in the water, do you go faster? Yes, you do.
Yes, sprint is very useful to use to cross rivers and such, especially when you're really not good at swimming like Sandy is right now.
Yeah.
That's one of the best things you can do in order to get across there. I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to make a big run to the shop, and I'm going to sell...
You should set up your fireflies in a really cool pattern. That's what I always do in my den. I started one at the bottom.
I have this green firefly.
Oh, perfect. Put it right in the middle.
And greens are rare.
Yeah, right there.
Greens
Perfect. It looks like Christmas almost.
It is. It's beautiful.
There you go. Perfect.
Beautiful Christmas.
No, it has to be lined up perfectly, and that's a white versus a yellow.
Yeah, that wasn't too good. Look the white ones can go like on the diagonals. Yeah, let's try that. That could look good. Get some symmetry. Yeah, I like that. Now we just need one more yellow, right?
Yep.
To complete it.
Yep.
All right, gonna go to sleep here.
Yeah. And I would say that swimming is a pretty, underappreciated skill right now. And early on, it's not worth getting too much other than for navigation, but I would highly recommend leveling that up later on.
For those of you who end up playing the beta, you will want a high swimming skill, and that's all I will say.
Yep. So that'll be cool.
We have a question about Steam achievements. It is not part of the alpha, not part of the beta. We would like to do that for the full game, but no promises.
No promises, but I live on Steam, so things like that we will definitely be looking into. I would be surprised if we didn't have Steam achievements, but again, we don't have it implemented, so we can't promise.
Sandy likes these butterflies here, so I'm gonna give not Sandy. Robin really likes these butterflies.
Yeah, she's fucking.
And I'm not really going for Robin, but Robin's nice, so I want to be Robin's friend.
I think Robin's really sweet.
Tale of chivalry and bravery.
Just
Arthur.
yesterday. Oh, I was gonna read it. Never mind.
Oh, you can read that. You want to say
huzzah? I just wanted to say huzzah.
It's a fun word.
Yeah, I need to use that in role playing more. Huzzah.
Just use it in everyday conversation, huzzah!
Yeah,
Becca
can we
approaches.
bring huzzah back? Yes.
Hashtag bring huzzah back.
Yes, please.
That's a thing now. Okay, we really want Arthur to be our friend, so I think I'm gonna actually give him this catnip. Because Arthur, they are going to like that. This is a mighty gift for one of my station in life. Okay, so yeah, Arthur definitely liked that, and I know Arthur likes rabbits, because there's some rabbits outside of Arthur's den. So I'm gonna give a rabbit and maybe a mouse, except that's kind of our only food, so I'm gonna go for a golden seal. That's a little more common. Yeah, alright, so you can see Arthur's at friendship level 3 right now, which is higher than the base friendship level. And that's really good, because that means that we're becoming friends with Arthur, and if we get that higher, then we can actually become really good friends with Arthur. So, huzzah! Everyone's saying huzzah in chat. That's awesome. I'm going to sell some of the stuff off to Delta, and maybe get a nice breakfast, perhaps, for poor little Sandy, because Sandy is pretty hungry. Alright, Delta, you're gonna have to take all of our golden zeal.
I love how creative some of the people got for custom NPCs.
Oh yeah, because Delta is one of them, and Delta is super cool. Alright, let's see what mischief Sandy can get into today. Maybe I'll go down and visit the forest colony, because it seems like our reputation is actually sliding with them a little bit. Is this a prequel?
Oh yeah, I just saw it at the same time.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
And then, are there special events that happen during certain years in the game? Not yet. And again, no promises because they're not implemented.
We would like to do that.
Yeah, because I mean that's something that we love Animal Crossing, we love Harvest Moon, we love Stardew Valley. Like, and that's a huge inspiration for this game. All of those. So, and that's like a common thing. So,
right.
Yeah, like we don't even have those designed yet. So, definitely not beta content, but yeah.
You get some licorice root there. That's good. Alright, what is Sandy going to do today? What am I even going to do? I'm probably not going to participate in any battles. That's probably just not going to go very well. So I think Sandy's going to spend the day hunting and trying to regain some of that reputation with the forest colony, because it's starting to slip a little bit. We haven't actually visited in like 2 days, I think. So I've lost a full percentage point of reputation, and I think if I go talk to them, I could earn that back.
So at this point, will they still let you in? I didn't see what your percentage was at. Will they still let you in the colony?
They should, yeah. As long as it's 25% or higher, they should let you in.
Yeah, like we're right on the line. If we stopped visiting them, then they might not be so keen to let us in. And then we'd have to go back to our secret relationship with Scout. So.
Still gonna steal all their herbs and berries and,
and fight their borders and
fight their fighters. Yeah.
Ooh, what is our favorite band or genre?
Band or genre? That's a good question.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of alternative rock. My go-to album of the year has been Vessel by 21 Pilots, because my dad really likes 21 Pilots, and my brother kind of like introduced him. And so it makes it a lot less cool that I listen to him because my parents do. But, yeah, probably, I don't know. I listen to all music, though. Like, I listen to mainstream pop sometimes. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good answer.
And then I also really like Red, which is like a Christian rock. I'm a huge Lacey Sturm fan. Flyleaf.
Flyleaf is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I usually listen to rock. I like alternative rock quite a lot. I like electric kind of music, like electric dance music, or even Daft Punk kind of stuff. And then I've been listening to a lot of like just remixes of video game music, like covers that are up on YouTube, because I really get into that stuff.
That's like a go-to.
There are some really, really good soundtracks out there. One of them is the Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town soundtrack, which is amazing.
Really? See, I think that you're blinded by nostalgia for that one.
I might be.
Because,
the other, Undertale, I don't know what you think of the game, but the music is so good. The music is incredible for that game.
I
highly recommend,
too, personally, but.
Even if you have never played the game, go look up the soundtrack.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Great.
It's super good. Meeting Doc for the first time. All right, so I think I've probably got a little, 32. That's a lot better than 25. Doing a lot better there. So I'm going to leave the forest colony for now, and we're going to go adventuring a little bit here. Let's see what we got. Do you want to take over for Sandy?
I'm having a fun time.
Sandy?
I'm having a fun time getting to do... This is like the fun job. Okay, they're both fun jobs, because I get to play video games, which is awesome. Or I get to like hang out with all these people.
Oh, sorry, I didn't go and talk to Scout. My apologies.
Yeah.
I didn't. I love Scout, but I'm kind of going for Arthur right now. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. I like can the cats wear GoPros? Like, if we had a cat, like honestly, that's what we should. Yeah, the cat would become our mascot.
That could be the game. We could tell people that it was a game, and the whole time they were just watching videos of our cat's GoPro.
Oh, why did you go there? Okay.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would even be mad, because it would be like watching a cute cat.
Ooh, question. What will happen if you go into the forest colony player den?
You actually can't. If you're not part of the forest colony, you can't enter that den. It is just empty, and you can't enter it. And the same goes for like the cave that I live in at the mountain domain, and for the special den at the Mystic Colony, which is something entirely different that I'm not going to talk about right now.
Yeah. Hashtag get a cat. I agree with you 100%, Katie.
I'm on board. But,
yes.
You know.
Money. Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh no! Death comes for us. Yeah, I'm not dealing with death. Although I guess I could get some allies.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm.
Yeah, you guys distract them. I'm gonna go run off here because I'm a bad friend.
You call your friends and then run away.
Yeah, I'm just a bad friend. I'm gonna go up this way actually. I think there's, if I remember right, there's kind of like some plains over here that have a lot of lavender, and I'm kind of interested in that because lavender is a pretty high selling plant and it has a really fun use. If you use lavender in an area, you gain power for your colony in that area. It's kind of like a strong smelling herb, and so that's how that works. I know Leo likes lavender too, and if I want to be Leo's friend, I need a lot of that, so I might go try to track some of that down.
Another question, can you collect glowing mushrooms? Unfortunately, at this point, you can't. I don't even think we'll end up adding them, but they look really cool.
There are glowing mushrooms in the game.
Yeah, there are glowing mushrooms. You just can't pick them up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does Professor McGonagall make an appearance? That would be cool.
I honestly don't get that one.
She turns into a cat, right, in Harry Potter? I don't know a lot about Harry Potter,
that's right.
But I like that suggestion.
Classic. Yep.
Hey,
there's a pile that I left and forgot about.
Who knows? Maybe McGonagall is already in the game and just no one knows it. It's possible.
Is there a mechanic to where you could possibly have a garden? We considered that for a long time, actually, in earlier development.
It might still be a thing. We don't know. We can't confirm or deny that.
Yeah, that's like extremely, extremely back burner. I would almost say most likely not at this point, but that is something that we've toyed around with, especially from the start of the game. But
it could end up being sort of a den upgrade thing, but I don't know.
Like
We don't have a solid answer for that.
But
good idea, though.
We're still brainstorming. See, I'm totally fine being open about we're brainstorming. We don't know. We don't know what we're doing.
I will say, in terms of... I just scared both those bunnies. I will say, in terms of plants, because someone seemed to be interested in that with the garden, there's going to be at least one new plant in the beta that is not in the alpha, and it's pretty cool. And
it's in here, right? Like, you can find it? Or no?
You can't find it right now, because it only grows in certain seasons that are not summer.
Yep,
but yeah, keep an eye out for that. It's pretty neat. It has a very cool utility mechanic to it. And yeah, I kind of like it. It's one of my favorite items in the game. Gonna catch a bunny. Gonna get you. Come here. Don't do this to me.
Oh,
He did that to me. Okay. That's cool. We need to work on our hunting, honestly. But we also want that return home skill, right?
I don't.
All right,
I personally don't want it, but you go for it. Oh no, pockets are full.
Okay, we're gonna eat your friend and then pick up you. And now we're gonna go back home.
The bats in the mine, you can't eat them. And you can't. Well, can you collect them? I don't think you can. No, you can't collect.
No, you can't. The bats, they do drop currency, though. Yeah. They can drop both, I think, cash and mole cash, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that's helpful. But the thing about the bats is we want the mine to be difficult because of the hunger mechanic. And so...
Yeah, so if you could eat the bats, then it would make it way too easy. And you want the mines to really be a challenging area. Like, something to challenge the players. Because overall, it is a casual game. But the mines really is like the challenge.
We want to have those aspects for you.
Yep. Are there cattails and cattails? There aren't like a plant that you can pick up, but you will see them all throughout the world, which
they're there.
They were like the trademark.
Actually, fun fact, they were the first plant, aside from grass, to be in cattails. The very, very first sort of decor that was added was cattails because I thought it was funny.
Okay, right. You want to switch off?
Sure, and it should be fall now, actually.
Can we get the new plant in fall?
Yeah, and if you want to show off some of that territory, which we haven't shown yet, that would be cool too.
Territory which we haven't shown off.
The area, the area of the world down there.
How much?
Well, not the town, but just the surrounding areas.
Yeah, how...
The swamp. We haven't been to the swamp yet.
How far...
I'll put it that way.
Okay, we should have talked about this before the stream.
Okay.
How about all right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Up here to like right
that's
here.
That's totally cool. I'd show off the weeping root. That's cool.
Okay.
That'd be neat.
Cool.
Yeah, we're going to go into a new region of the game. Part of it is in the alpha, so you might have seen a little bit of it already, but it's where the other colony lives. We're not going to go up to their borders because we want to keep that sort of secret for now. It's sort of still under construction. But we will show you their territory. It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah. Before we go, I think I'm going to sell some of our items and see if we can afford another accessory or maybe another color. Or should we go ahead? I feel like maybe about this time we should go ahead and show the code for a new color for them.
Yeah, maybe now is the time for that. Let me get a little bit organized here,
okay.
and then we'll jump into that.
Over here. I'll just make my way down to these new map tiles.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be watching the chat here. Sorry if you guys had questions, I probably didn't see them. I was playing as Sandy.
Are you saying I didn't do a good job?
No, I'm just saying I haven't read the chat in so long here. So if you guys have questions they haven't been answered, you should like re-ask them or something, and we'll see. I'm doing a couple of other things here too right now.
Yeah.
So sorry if I don't get around to it. The fun fact, this fall music.
I was gonna buy accessories and then I just sold my stuff and left.
Oh no.
Okay, sorry, we're gonna go back
up
there.
Well, but what's most important right now? Accessories or color or?
Oh, I'm all about the bling.
Hard. That's nice.
I'm all about the bling. I'll try to go fast. I'll use my sprint skills. If that's cool.
All right. Let's see here. Is there a max to how many Mews you can hold at one time? I'm trying to remember. I don't think there is, but if there is, it would be something very high, like 9 billion or something.
I'm glad that those questions are asked because it shows that I'm not doing a good job with like my QA, like making sure that like all those those things are handled. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're gonna buy some bling because we have a lot of dough. We have a lot of
cat
Mews.
decked out.
Yeah. I don't feel like I need to get a color because we're going to show that new unlock color code.
One thing you might look into is if you become good enough friends with the Forest Colony, you can actually visit their shop. And so you could get their accessories.
You're right.
Or you can pick up the collar or the silver bell. Either of those work too.
Which one? I haven't tried on those with this outfit. Which one do you think will look good? The collar? Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that wasn't a good ooh.
It was just being a little laggy. Okay, we'll do the collar. Okay, and then we'll put it on. There we go. Yeah, it's the little things in life. Like, I love it.
Is that one good?
Yeah.
Okay. We won't do it quite yet, but just wanted to check on that. Okay.
Okay.
Good. What items does Missy like? There's some hints in game for that, but I can tell you off the top of my head that she really likes fruit. So like if you give her raspberries or berries or winter blueberries, and I think she also likes butterflies. It's been a little while. I've been testing mostly the other colonies, but I do think Missy likes butterflies.
Oh, come on. No. Back to short, any short. Okay, sprint. Oh, we're good.
Can I become a blue cat? Yes, there are multiple blue colors, and in fact you start with one of them. It's based off the Russian blue. That is one of your starter colors over there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
there's
kind of like a dark.
There's a couple of others though. There's a blue sort of mottled blue. It's kind of like a blue calico out there, and there might be one or two others too, but I can't remember off the top of my head. There's definitely
we'll go our cat little makeover for now.
At least one blue that you can get through a certain Easter egg mini game that I don't want to spoil. So there's multiple blue. At least 3, probably more. Is there a rainbow cat? I don't actually think there is right now, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea. I like that. Like a rainbow tabby or something. That'd be cool.
That'd be...
Surprisingly, none of the custom coat color backers wanted a rainbow cat.
Yep.
Okay, I'm seeing...
Just make my way slowly down to this new area.
Got a couple of emails here. Got some fan art here.
Oh, that's so cool, guys. Cool. We love that.
Hyena from the stream has sent us in some really, really cool fan art here of, looks like Missy and Mayor.
Missy.
And those are just awesome, and I'm going to post those over on the Twitter as well. Thank you so much if you're still around, Hyena.
So cool to see.
Those are really cool. Oh man, that's exciting.
Okay, I need to stop checking the map all the time. That's not fun to watch. Oh, here's a butterfly we killed earlier and then left on the ground. I think it's just so amazing how much the game changes from season to season. So like the stuff that we're seeing now, like some of these tiles we've already been in, but we might not even recognize because it's fall. I think that's so great. I actually feel really weird saying stuff like that, because that's what I normally say about like other games, but like because I don't want to sound like conceited because I worked on this. like with other games, like I try to like point out positive things. It's like it feels weird for Cattails. Okay, yeah. So the Mystic Colony is located in the wetlands. So yeah, it's all really a lot of new art, like willow trees, things like that.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff going on in the wetlands down there.
A little bit. It was going a
and
little slow,
yeah,
so.
Again, our apologies. The game should perform pretty well on most computers. The issue that we're having right now is that we are streaming the game to multiple
if you saw
services.
how many tabs I had up on my computer, it's scary.
Yeah, it's really that we're using this computer for so much right now that it's kind of dropping some frames, but it doesn't run this slowly on most people's computers.
Yeah,
so.
That's something we're still working on. I want to make sure I don't go to where I'm not supposed to. Okay. We went in one more and down. Yeah, so you can see like even the color of the water is different here, which is nice. Okay, here we go.
Neon Cat Easter egg. That's a good throwback. I like that. You could get a little. Oh man, that would make a perfect accessory, like a little Pop-Tart body.
Like a Pop-Tart to put over. Yeah.
I like that.
I think that I should also change the music of the game to the Neon Cat whenever you're wearing it, and then just infinitely loop it.
I like that. Is Missy an albino? I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know enough about albino cats to really answer that.
Okay, so here is the new plant.
Ooh, snake lily.
Yeah, and we had just enough inventory space for it. Yeah, so when you use this is actually like a poisonous plant, so you don't want to eat it. But when you use it, which I'm not going to use it right now, but it'll make your claws have poison on them. So if you attack an enemy, they'll take damage over time. So it's a lot different from the other herbs that we were doing, but it definitely makes it so like upgrading your foraging, you're really going to do some damage with that plant.
It's a nice new combat option.
Yep.
All right, it is 9:50 here. Do we want to give the last 10 minutes to showing off that promo code and wrapping things up?
Start wrapping things up.
Okay. So we are, like we said, we're going to give away a promo code right now. It's available to all you guys to use. You can share it wherever you want, do whatever you want with it. But this promo code is going to unlock a unique color. Becca is going to demonstrate that for us. And the promo code is ICE, all caps. Ice Cold Lemonade.
I'll make sure I spelled lemonade right.
With D-E.
A-D-E.
Yep, that's
there
it.
You go.
That's it. And we'll go ahead and update our text on that stream there, so that says the promo code for all you guys to check out. But yeah, again, it is Ice Cold Lemonade.
And that's in the game now, right? So
that is in the game right now.
Yeah, so if you have Cattails up, you can enter it and have this color as well.
Yes, and it will stay for all versions of the game. You'll be able to use this in the final version of the game. You'll be able to use it in the beta, in the alpha. Whenever you have access to it, just go ahead and use that code right there. It's going to unlock this color.
Well, you said this color, and I feel like that's when I should press enter, but my selector work wasn't.
There you go, the pink stripes right there.
This one's one of my favorites.
So do you want to model that a little bit?
Yeah,
maybe.
Here, let's take off our coat.
Yeah, take off that surcoat. Maybe the collar. The collar's cute though.
Oh, I'm keeping the collar on.
The collar's really cute. So yeah, you get that cute pink cat with the white stripes, and that will be unlocked immediately as soon as you use the code Ice Cold Lemonade.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites.
Again, thank you guys so much for joining us for the stream. This was a ton of fun. If people enjoyed this as much as we did, I mean, maybe we'll do more in the future. Definitely had a lot of fun on our side of things. But
yeah, and if you have any more questions, post them on the forum. Or
yes, our forums are cattailsgame.proboards.com. You guys should check those out. Join those if you haven't already. You can discuss the game with other fans, get all the updates on it, talk about it, share promo codes like this, all sorts of stuff like that. And then one more time, just before the end of things, I want to just talk about it one more time. We are bringing back an early Kickstarter tier to our website. You can get in on the Alpha Access Kickstarter tier right now. You can find that through cattailsgame.com, and then just click the link that says Early Access. And that is going to let you get all the rewards that our Abyssinian Alpha Kickstarter backers got for the same price, for the same value, except for a couple of exclusive skins that were only available during the Kickstarter. But you'll get the game, you'll get the soundtrack, you'll get the beautiful art book, and you'll also get a deluxe only color. So all of that is going to come to you. You can get your keys immediately if you're interested in doing that. Just go to cattailsgame.com, find the early access link. That's how you do that. And that's going to continue to update as we get into beta. We're going to switch that from our Abyssinian Alpha reward tier to the Burmese beta tier. And then the full game is coming in December. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We really enjoyed hanging out with you in chat now. And yeah, that's kind of about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for your support. It's really cool that we're able to do things like this.
Yeah, so. The stream should remain up on both YouTube and Twitch, so you can share that with your friends, or you can watch any parts that you may have missed, maybe if you missed the beginning or whatever. And again, the promo code, feel free to share that, put it anywhere that you want, do anything you want with it. It's going to stay in-game as long as the game is around.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.